Hello, potion seller. I am going into battle, and I want your strongest potions. My potions are too strong for you, traveler. Potion seller, I tell you I'm going into battle, and I want only your strongest potions. You can't handle my potions. They're too strong for you. Potion seller, listen to me. I want only your strongest potions. My potions would kill you, traveler. You cannot handle my potions. Potion seller, enough of these games. I'm going into battle, and I need your strongest potions. My strongest potions will kill you, traveler. You can't handle my strongest potions. You better go to a cellar that sells weaker potions. Potion seller, I'm telling you right now, I'm going into battle, and I need only your strongest potion. You don't know what you ask, traveler. My strongest potions will kill a dragon, let alone a man. You need a cellar that sells weaker potions, because my potions are too strong. Potion seller, I'm telling you I need your strongest potions. I'm going into battle. I'm going to battle and I need your strongest potions. You can't handle my strongest potions. No one can. My strongest potions are fit for a beast, let alone a man. Potion seller, what do I have to tell you to get your potions? Why won't you trust me with your strongest potions, potion seller? I need them if I'm to be successful in the battle. I can't give you my strongest potions because my strongest potions are only for the strongest beings and you are of the weakest. Well, then that's it, potion seller. I'll go elsewhere. I'll go elsewhere for my potions. That's what you'd better do. I'll go elsewhere for my potions and I'll never come back. Good. You're not welcome here. My potions are only for the strongest and you're clearly not of the strongest, you're clearly the weakest. You've had your say, potion seller, but I'll have mine. You're a rascal. You're a rascal with no respect for knights. No respect for anything except your potions. Why respect knights when my potions can do anything that you can?
Okay.
This nigga trying to sell lean.
Yeah, that's how what happens when you go to a drug dealer and his stuff is too strong for you. Nobody wants the bad reputation because someone just overdosed.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. You
Hello
may be
there.
asking, what does this have to do with the topics we're going to discuss? Well, I'll tell you what it has to do. Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Just like half the stream when we're talking about drugs. Nothing.
Still more on topic than the Gunt.
Well, since we're all here, let's introduce our panelists for today. So first, in my roster, Chair and Macho,
Hey there.
Darren,
The light shines.
James.
I'm touching myself tonight.
Thanks for this very important information. we really need.
I love my new I love my new toys.
Nick,
Good evening, fellow boomers.
Striker,
Hola, putos. How's it going?
and I'm your host. I'm gonna know who I am here, but if you're watching, you probably know who I am. Anyways, let me do something real quick because Google, in their infinite wisdom, removed the number of viewers from the interface of the stream. So to know how many people watch us, I need to open the stream and subtract one from the number because I will be contributing to this. This is a great idea because who knows who needs more features if you can provide less features that you already have. Just it's like. It's worse than Apple. Apple releases products that don't have enough features and they don't add them. But Google just does not just they have features at first and then they remove them because progress, I guess. Maybe it's for the less code there is, the less there is to maintain, and the fewer opportunities for bugs. Because the software that has no bugs is like an empty file. There is nothing there, so there is no opportunity for bugs to creep in at any moment.
I mean, that's sound logic, but to quote Louis Rossmann, smaller bezels, less battery, more screen. Smaller bezels, less battery, more screen. He does that for like a minute straight. It's great.
Apple sucks.
It does.
Amen. Amen to
It
that.
really does.
Planned obsolescence. Yay.
Yeah, the height of Apple was the fucking 20th edition Mac.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually why it is. I mean, like, part of it's because, I mean, I have not grown up yet, but that's part of why it is I collect a lot of the toys that I had when I was a kid. I mean, like, Photon and Laser Tag, you can get one, like, this still works.
Oh,
This
yeah. I mean,
it's older than my wife, and it still works.
Well, so your wife still works too, so.
yeah. Hey, toys, you say? I need to get better
Well,
lighting.
the thing about old electronics. Well, first of all, those simpler things. Well, again, it depends. Because some ICs, for example, they were like notorious, especially. Okay, it's a bit obscure, but there was a series of pinball machines that were pretty advanced for the time, and they had this fully. Before that, circuits to create echoes were like. Before modern electronics, to create echo, you had to either use some tape loop. So if you feed sound into it, it records it and then plays it back with a delay, so it creates echo. It's obviously not ideal. Or you can more advanced ones would have something like either acoustic methods to create echo, like reverberation springs, or maybe like delay lines, some really weird stuff. And of course, it's not very viable, especially for pinball machines are already really expensive. Because
we have a means to create acoustic sounds on our stream. We just use Stryker. Sorry, I interrupted, but I had to get that one in.
Rican technology strikes again.
Anyways, what I was trying to say is that at some point there was like a IC that creates echo, and at that time it was pretty advanced, and they put them in those pinball machines. The problem is that this IC with time deteriorates for unknown reasons. Like, probably the technology that was used there was maybe it was unstable with time or something. I don't know, but they pretty much every single one of them probably is already dead. Of course, nowadays you can make your own IC that duplicates the functionality. Nowadays creating an echo is really simple, and it's just digital. It's like even with a microcontroller, just record the sound and play it back with a delay. You can tune it. It's really easy to do. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is that normally those older electronics, those are there's not much to go wrong there. So and if something goes wrong, usually since they're so primitive by modern standards, it's easier to fix. Well, the more complex something is, the more failure points there are. And sometimes
the more complicated the plumbing, the easier it is to stuff up the drain.
And also let's not forget that
I unfortunately experienced it
especially the popular ones, all the at least the most popular, more common failure points are well known. So if it breaks down, you can go online and find forums where people who repaired like hundreds of them will explain how to find faults, and sometimes often some faults are so typical that you just don't even check anything, just that this is the one that...
That's basically, you described Louis Rossmann's forum. Because he actually does all that.
I mean, before it also used to be that companies would make a point of mentioning how they had like a 50-year warranty. You bought something for the next 50 years. If anything went wrong with it, you make a phone call or send them a postcard and be like, hey, They're like, all right, here's a prepaid postage envelope. Put it in the box, send it back to us, and here's your new one.
Yeah, that's also when kids could take a hitch. That's also when people used to hitchhike. Those were simpler, whiter times.
Yeah. And nowadays, it's like a lot of people's business model is based around something breaking so that you buy a new one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Apple's one of the big people that fights right to repair.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Which is strange because Stryker, I think you've seen RJ's point, and Glebs, you might be able to shed a little bit of light on this if Europe is like that. But the Mediterranean and Iran and a lot of those places, like self-repair is big because nobody has fucking money to repair half of this shit. And a lot of times, like there was a video that RJ linked to that you can repair. It's a very common fault with a 60-inch Vizio TV. It's just a voltage regulator or it's a capacitor that is known to blow all the time, and just replacing that 50-cent part makes the TV work again.
Well, usually when this happens, it's probably because some genius decided that they will save money by putting some really, really cheapo capacitor. It's really common. Yeah. Especially, sometimes you can see, I don't remember who made this video, but I think it was like on EV blog. So, yeah, it's a repair of an old
blog is fucking good.
Yeah, so there was a repair of an old monitor that was thrown out, and it was obviously capacitors. And Dave said that it's so sad to see that it's really a well-designed motherboard. Well, you can call it motherboard. It's like the only board in the
board. Yeah,
it's the board. Motherboard. It doesn't matter. But you can see it was really well designed. But it's obvious that some genius, bean counters, how they're called, decided that it's a great idea to put really, really cheap one-hand low capacitors there. And if the capacitors were higher grade, slightly more expensive, this monitor would still be working. But
go ahead.
Yeah, saving like a couple dollars on, maybe even less than a couple dollars on each monitor. Well, if you multiply by the number of monitors they make, it adds up. But still,
and you guarantee you that ended up costing them money in the long run. But there's always companies that are willing to gamble with this kind of shit. And it's hilarious, the kind of things that let go. I could tell you a story that my mom told me like last year about where she works. She works for Jardin Consumer Solutions. So they fucking are an umbrella company that owns all sorts of appliances. She's telling me the story about they had this really expensive, like $250 hair clipper. That's like a huge, it looks like a giant brick. You always see like black people work with this thing.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about because my mom is actually a beautician.
Yeah, it's huge, it's very heavy, and it's very expensive. And her boss wanted to release this thing to the I think it's Oster. Release this thing.
Okay, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, release this thing to the market. And my mom said you really should not. And he was insisting on it. But the thing is, this thing failed a certain test as a drop test. And so she's telling me the story about this thing where it's like, and it's a 36-inch drop test, 3 feet, not very far. And I was saying, oh, well, I mean, I guess people ought to assume that these things are really expensive. And if you drop them, even 3 feet, they might break. She's like, no, it was failing that drop test in the box.
Ooh. Damn.
The box didn't have the right inserts and shit, meaning that if this thing fell 3 feet onto a tile floor inside of the fucking box, it broke at an unacceptable rate.
Oh yeah,
and she said we're not going to release this thing to the fucking market until you get better inserts for the fucking box.
Yeah, I
got to get in a big argument with their boss because their boss thought, oh, we won't get all that many of them damaged. Well, yeah. People sending shit back because they dropped it 3 feet onto a tile floor and it's a big, heavy ass fucking hair clipper thing. It's understandable, but if it's in the box,
in the
and the
box,
people moving in are going to drop it, it's going to fall off the shelf.
I don't think they've corrected it even now. I mean, I actually bought an Oster clipper like 3 years ago because I had planned on using it on my dog when I needed to.
Yeah, they make.
I bought this thing brand new,
which is a rip-off.
Most in the box.
Huge rip-off.
If it was broken in the box, you should have returned it.
No, it wasn't broken.
You're not liable for that.
No, I mean, it wasn't broken. I was just saying, like, when I opened up the box, it was just in the box. There was no, like, I've gotten other clippers.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Like, pretty much anything, and you get in there, and there's, like, a cardboard thing holding it in the middle of the box, or styrofoam, or whatever.
Plastic or something. Yeah, there should be.
It's not like it's just in
somebody
the box.
fucked with that at the factory. if there's
There
no
is a
insert
suit somewhere who
pieces.
decides the kind of shit that's in the box too. And
Oh,
if
yeah.
they decide the wrong thing
yeah.
because they're trying to
Suits are
rush
the
it to the
fucking
market, there's
But,
always something to blame.
Speaking of like bad component design, this is the motherboard to my revision 1.2 Xbox. The thing that almost always fails, and if you get one, open it up immediately, you have to replace the clock capacitor. This is a new one. Because the ones prior to 1.6, they always fucking leak. And I removed mine just in time because it was just about to start leaking onto my board.
Oh, yeah,
But it's like, it's like, why did they design it like that? And like revisions from 0.0 to 0.5 all have the same problem. It's fucking retarded.
Well, that's the thing. Wait, that's the thing about capacitors that leak in the 10 years or 15 years. They didn't know that, obviously. So it's not like they deliberately did it. It's just they found a really cheap capacitor and put it there, and the problem cropped up like only many years later. So
It's funny though that it like only the clock capacitor is known after how many years it's been released. That's the only capacitor that does that on this board. Everything else is fine.
Well,
I at least have a tech-related story of stupid shit that happened. I was working quality control at a Mac store warehouse because my mom got me that job out of nepotism, and it was right before they, Seagate fully completely absorbed Mac Store, so they were still making Mac Store external hard drives, and there were these terabyte hard drives back when terabyte external hard drives are new. And these things were worth a lot of money. And so I was, normally like my job is to catch shit that doesn't work, whether it's a sticker that's the wrong color or box inserts that are the wrong size. I was my job to catch anything that was wrong. And so I was all excited because it was my first time at that job. I'm 17 years old. This is my first time I caught something. So I have to plug these in and do this little test to make sure they work. And I'm supposed to test a certain percentage of all of them. And I get to go find my mom's office and knock on her door and say, oh, hey, these are failing, more than, like, I'm not supposed to find any of them that fail. And I'm like, 2 of them failed. She's like, test 10 more. And I'm like, come back, knock, knock. 4 of them failed. And I'm like, knock, knock. And it turned out that these things that are supposed to have a failure rate of less than 1% had a failure rate of 14% out of like 8,000 of them. So I was excited to find out that I've located a problem until I had to test literally every fucking one in the warehouse.
Yep. I've been there. I've been there.
The Koreans that were putting this shit together, there was a crossed wire in like 14% of them because they had wired something on the motherboard or on one of the boards or something completely wrong, and they had to take them all apart to fix them.
Oh yeah,
there's a huge cost sink. It fucking pissed somebody off big time somewhere up the fucking corporate ladder. It's ridiculous.
Let me guess, you got fired immediately after that.
No, it's not my fault.
No, but wait, no. I say that because I've been in jobs where they've taken it out on people.
Oh no, they were glad I found it.
Those kids in those sweatshops weren't whipped badly enough.
No, I'm not talking about them. They get whipped regardless.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Now that I think about it, that reminded me of something. Tesla also has this issue regarding right to repair regarding the Model 3 cars.
Oh yeah,
well, the Model S's as well.
How if you actually build one with spare components, the fucking thing that won't update properly, even though there's no reason it shouldn't.
Not just that, but there's a guy in Michigan who has spent the half hit. Well,
I think it's the same guy. I think we're talking about the same person.
Yeah, the black dude from Michigan. Excuse me, James. Yeah, it was the black guy from Michigan who was fixing Tesla Model S's, and it was on motherboard, if I recall. He got sued by Tesla.
Oh, this wasn't the guy who got called a child molester by Elon Musk, right?
I know.
That's someone else.
Yeah. See, when it comes to Tesla, I have to say on certain things, Tesla can, in fact, I mean, like I can understand, Tesla, I'm opposed to Tesla saying you can't fix your own shit. But if you go and you get spare parts, you get a computer, you get the wheels, you get the batteries, you get the frame, you put together your own Tesla.
You should be hired by Tesla.
Well, yeah, but Tesla is also under no obligation to provide you software updates because you did not buy their product.
Yeah, but the weird thing is that it should, like, it's weird. Like, if you did that with a regular car, the car would work. It's just odd.
Oh yeah, I mean, basically, it's like there's nothing that Tesla can do about you building your own Tesla. They are completely within their rights
No,
to
here's
put
what you're missing.
lockouts in the central computers, though.
But
Well,
here's what you're
restoring one.
missing. There's no reason, unless they deliberately put a lockout in it, that assembling a Tesla with all original parts, that it shouldn't work unless they deliberately put that lockout in, and that's kind
they
of
do.
fucked up.
I thought they admitted to
proprietary
it.
shit is gay.
It is.
So
I thought
what's
they
what's
admitted
up
to
on
that.
the topic list before this turns into a
I
fuck
wonder
show?
if anyone would actually remember that we have topics.
Well,
Yeah.
I always come into the shit blind because I thought you wanted raw reactions.
Well, actually, well, let's deal with the elephant in the room. It's like latest shit rat shenanigans.
Oh boy.
Because things were looking up for shit rat because no scandals about him, because he was offline for quite a while. He
Yeah.
took a sabbatical from Twitter, and when he wasn't on Twitter, things were okay for him. But then he returned. I'm back, bitches, and the very next day,
God.
It's like,
the shit
bitches, I'm
show
back.
started.
The cow is ready to be milked.
See, I honestly thought, because everybody else seemed to think like that girl that he took that picture next to was his girlfriend, but she looked way too pretty for him, and it turns out it
Just
was not.
any living, breathing thing is too pretty for David.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me.
Even me.
Let's talk about this actually. So, man, this is like, I'm back, bitches.
She has a little bit of old woman face, but I would definitely dick it down.
She's pretty
And
cute.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I've
Oh.
seen the nudes. She doesn't look too bad.
Oh
Yeah.
God. Oh yeah. Of course she is.
I haven't.
Me either.
well,
She is a woman on the internet. Of course she has nudes. Thank you, Leslie Jones. You
girl.
fucking gorilla.
And anyways,
Ew.
yeah, let's not talk about that.
I actually
Anyway,
haven't seen them, thank God, and I hope I never do.
Well, since you like to mention it, I'll send you. Just for
You think I'm
mentioning
gonna
them.
open that shit?
I'm not talking about Sharat's nudes, the girl.
No,
And I'm pretty sure it's not a trans girl.
Oh well, that Sherrod's nudes isn't offensive. You can't see the thing without a microscope.
I was talking about is Leslie Jones's nudes because they leaked even though
Oh God!
Okay, that
yeah,
is
I made the-
entirely
I
dick.
made the
There is
mistake
no.
of clicking on that link once.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Anyways,
Fuck.
let's do
I'm
dramatic
wise to your
reading.
Latvian ways. All right, let's see this shit.
Let's do dramatic reading of this.
Okay, you want me to do it?
Yeah, sure. Well, by the way, if you want, I'll send you the link. So we
Yeah, the link. Yeah.
can, yeah, there's a link. Oh, and I need to share a link in the
Oh,
chat.
you actually didn't troll me. Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm having someone else post my statement because I really don't need a bunch of people. Oh, wait, I'm reading it as Sherrod. Follow on. I'm having someone else post my statement because I really don't need a bunch of people spamming my mentions. I'm already pissed and hurt, but I feel the need to say something. A while back, David was planning on coming to America and stopping by to visit. Great, totally cool with that. We've been friends and it's good to hear he's traveling. Later on, a few friends of his told me rather aggressively that he had feelings for me. Something he didn't reveal. I ended up talking it out with David. It turned out that he was pretty much coming to the States to woo me. I told him that the distance factor would make dating impossible, as gently as possible, and he was cool with it, saying he would also go to other parts of America he wanted to visit. I had also told him I would be very busy that week with helping out various family members during a time of distress, something that abruptly came up. One of my family members ended up getting sick the day after I met David, and I told him I'd be unable to meet up with him because of it. The nice guy mask came off to reveal entitlement, claiming I was lying, making excuses, not putting in any effort for him. I have sick, disabled, and dying family members to tend to, while also having to work and do household chores, yard work for various family members. He backpedaled when I called him out on it. He DM'd what essentially was a self-invitation to a family member's home. Strange for obvious reasons. He then went on to talk about how he intended to kiss me, despite me making it very clear that a relationship could not happen. Him feeling he was more entitled to my time than my dying great-grandma. The fact that he kept his intentions in the past secret, and he intended to kiss me despite telling me he was fine with just being friends, led me to believe that I could have ended up in a very uncomfortable situation. I have since blocked him, but I worry about how he might retaliate. He also knows sensitive information about people I have feelings for and have worked on combating the alt-right, of course. After 2 years of friendship, I expected better. I was played for a fool by a nice guy. I initially was going to keep this quiet, but after hearing that I'm not the only girl that this has happened to, I feel the need to speak out. I initially had a great time with David when I met him, and I will not backtrack on that. But his true colors eventually shined through and left me pissed and heartbroken over a lost friendship.
I've heard that this is the girl that was famous for fucking alt-right people to try to get intel on them. She's a total thought.
Yeah, well, the thing is that a lot of people say that she was just sleeping with the alt-right, and then when the alt-right kind of started fizzing out, she decided to pretend that it was all like a gay op, and now she's she used to be alt-right, now she is Antifa, and
yeah, she went the Lauren Southern route with that.
And so she's basically some thought, and that even she wouldn't touch David. But then again, she's way out of his league. Not that she's anything particularly special, but she's out of his league by a lot.
Everyone is particularly special compared to David.
Look,
Yeah.
I want to say David is basically every girl is on a boat, and he's the one who's 200 leagues under the sea. Or is it 2,000 leagues? I forgot.
He thinks he's the ugly old bastard in NTR, but in reality, he's the tentacle monster.
Ooh.
He can't even reach the human level.
No, even some girls are attracted to tentacle monster.
Well, he's just got that disease of any girl who's even nice to him, he thinks is the love of his life.
Yeah.
Histrionic personality disorder.
Yeah, I had that for a while.
Right. By the way,
don't insult yourself by comparing yourself to Sharad.
Actually, by the way, check this out. I'll do like a shit post. In real time, because I was too lazy to make this shit post video. I'll just play the audio and video separately. And
when you put in effort in shit posting, you've already failed, so you're fine.
Yeah.
It's the one thing the left doesn't understand.
By the way, Shitrat changes Twitter in his Twitter bio. It's like, just a British shitposter who doesn't know why there's so many people paying attention to him. It's like, no, there's no posting. Shitrat,
no, that is your entire MO, you little.
There is only shit. There is no posting.
You already beat me to it.
Yeah, of course I beat you to it. I said that like yesterday.
All right, so okay, let's try this. All right, so here's the.
It's not important. What is important is what I'm going to do. Just fucking hate this world and these human worms feasting on its carcass. My whole life is just cold.
Well, that was the shit post.
Yeah.
Not
That's
important.
a good idea. Giving a weapon to that guy. That's gonna be a good idea.
It's more harmful to himself than anyone else. Let's be honest.
Maybe
also he's firing a fucking shotgun without a stock. So
I want to know how this NEET that fucking his parents hate got the money to come to America to try to get with girls just because they
because
sent
he
him out.
doesn't realize the one-way ticket.
Wait. Do I need the air horn?
No.
Everyone shut up. I don't know what you're talking about.
He actually went to America to visit Doc's holiday, but decided since he's already in the US, might as well visit his wife.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Why
And
would
I
say Jeff Holiday? Why?
I should have specified that thinking every girl who's nice to you is like likes you or something isn't necessarily like the wrong thing. It's when you do the second thing he did, where he like kept trying to push it after he got told no, and was a total nice guy. That's the thing that's unacceptable. You know, guys get mixed signals from chicks all the time. And catch feelings.
That's what I. Well, that's usually what I'm trying to do. It's just like
the shit about the dying grandma it strikes me.
You only have
that's a personal story.
You only have to
makes me
reject
think
me
this
one
bitch is
time.
insane
It's gonna be okay, fine. That's it. That's how you should react. Just say okay.
Okay, you're ugly too, fucker.
No, that's exactly the point. He's not gonna fuck her.
So we've got 3 of the quadrants filled up by chicks he's thrown himself out. Yeah, now he's going to go full libertarian and try to pick up one of those chicks. Huh?
Actually, well, I made a meme like that a long time ago. Let me show it. Since
because the chick in the top left is the one that we just read the post from, and then Lauren Southern's the top right. I don't recognize the weird freaky Joker chick in the bottom left.
I think it's D, the ex-Muslim.
Oh, right.
Oh, you mean the poster child of Gangweed over there, who looks like Harley Quinn?
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I think this will happen sooner or later. It's inevitable.
He becomes an anime He becomes a Nazi waifu, of course.
Also, this is updated version.
Oh yeah. Apparently, he's married to a super hot chick, and they have kids.
Cool. Oh, this guy?
Yeah.
Ah.
Hiko Taro, I think.
Oh, this is super famous Japanese humorist, so why not?
Yeah.
Wait, isn't that the Filipino?
There isn't many ugly Japanese girls.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure his wife, like, they got married recently. His wife is super fucking hot.
Alright. No, man, they're honorary Aryan.
I mean, humor is attractive and a huge penis.
Also, yeah, it's funny.
Yes,
that,
yes, we know. Yes, we know that
Yes,
Mr.
queen.
Metacore is
Yes,
streaming.
queen.
Yes, we know.
Yes, queen.
I'll watch it later in one of the archive accounts. Oh,
keep going.
Crazy liberal white guys have all that greasy alt-right. Oh, was that really? Never mind.
the funny thing is that he said that he'll provide his own side of the story, and he hasn't still yet, even though the time has come.
He said that he would, I think yesterday or the day before that, he said that he will provide his side of the story in a video, but at the time, like in a few days, because right now he was too drunk. So I don't know
be
if
more coherent, because he's not very coherent sober.
So, Grease. I don't think that's Grease. I don't think I don't think that's Grease. That's on the guy's head. That's cum.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you were talking about the. I thought you were talking about the movie. It's like, no, David isn't first of all talented enough to be in Greece, and he's not pretty enough to be in Greece.
No. Imagine that. Imagine that instead of hair gel, he uses his own cum.
No, he's the aborted baby in Greece.
No, he's so much a cock. He used someone else's cum.
Has anybody verified that
Maybe
DM
you have
yet?
the baby in Greece. I forget.
Has anybody verified that DM? Because I saw that too the other day. That
Yeah, me too. I'm not 100% sure, but it could be David.
Fuck you! I made a mistake, but comparing me to a fucking rapist is out of line. Talk to me again, and I will punch you in the face.
Sounds pretty much like what you were saying.
Do not talk to you or
the
your
fucking
wife's
caveman
child
knight
ever again.
meme from.
That's it. I don't talk to me or my wife's son ever again.
Fight Club. We Fight Club now.
Yeah, guess who's the fucking punching bag?
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, I bet he was saying that to the person who posted it, not the chick, because the chick didn't post the message.
Oh yeah.
But the thing is, that was her own words. She gave that letter that she wrote to somebody else to post, so that she wouldn't have to deal with any
he would
ratio.
ship out like this.
Guys.
Exactly.
Les, you were gonna say something?
Sure.
Well, I was trying to say that I think he said this to No, because people were comparing him to rapists because, like, David Shred and rapists don't take no for an answer. And I think
True.
Exactly.
It's unfortunate, but it's the
That's
reality
correct.
of it. It's very unfortunate that, and yeah, in the case of David, yeah, I'll be honest with you. Every girl that's gonna talk to you and treat you nice, she's not in love with you.
Yeah, I
Give
was
up,
just
dude.
saying that because I didn't think even he's dumb enough to say to a little tiny blonde
don't
girl that he
challenge
was going to
him.
punch her in the face.
Don't challenge him.
Look, if I was him, I would have given up a long time ago.
I've had to chase away crazy pussy with a stick. I'm not even kidding. And I look like fucking young David Hartman. That's pretty fucking sad, David. Or no, Phil Hartman.
Dude, at least you look better than me. I'm fat.
I
as
mean,
fuck.
oh no, wait, wrong one. If this face has to fucking chase away pussy with a stick, just fucking hero yourself in Minecraft, David. Come on.
We will never understand what goes through the mind of the crazy pussy because they throw themselves at all sorts of people like you wouldn't expect.
If I can fucking beat crazy pussy away with a stick and David can't, that's
Well, you
speaks
look
for
a lot
itself.
better than David Sherrod does.
Yeah,
No,
the problem is that
Nigga, you blind, but I
it-
well now you're not.
David
never
is
mind.
dealing. David is desperate dick.
Well, okay. To be fair, I look like an actual man, and not all women are gay. I think that's David's problem.
Here, that's a post by Osyar.
Except Gaston was actually a Chad.
Yeah, he was actually a Chad though. So it's like
Yeah,
that's-
he had
same-
chicks falling off of him. He just wanted the one piece of pussy that didn't say yes automatically.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
but just
because
saying.
it's like, why not?
First of
I'm
all,
hot.
David always has that fucking face.
That's smug.
How did he think he could?
Serbia's
Oh wait,
face.
it's right. He's crazy. If that's why he thought he could get away with it.
Yeah, there's that. Oh, by the way, I think he cut his hair. Finally.
And
It
that's
feels
the
like
closest
shit,
he's-
though.
So he read Jordan Peterson's book.
Still,
Wow,
it's still
hypocrite.
not fucking. It's still not fucking combed.
Well,
It
he
looks
didn't
like
reach.
shit, though.
He didn't reach that part in 12 Steps for Life.
Well,
He's
I'm
only on
pre-
page 2.
I'm pretty sure he took on some weight. Yeah, it's like the punching one. That's the my answer. It's I
That's-
dare you.
yeah,
I
that-
double dare you, motherfucker.
Jesus Christ. Is
Oh,
that him
that
like
is-
cosplaying as the? Is that him like cosplaying as the kid from Adventure Time? Like what the fuck is
No,
he?
that would
Oh, it
actually,
was
that's
from-
actually less cancer than what this is actually from.
Oh yeah, this
Amazingly.
video. I actually have this video downloaded, and it was him. It was his idea to make fun of people who defended JonTron after JonTron's debate with the Death Timing.
Oh, come on!
When I see the full video, because it's fucking retarded. Oh, of course it is. I mean,
Do you know how many times I encounter somebody who says JonTron's a racist, and I'm like, "What did he say?" You don't even know what he said because you never heard what he said, did you? And they say, "Well, that's not the point."
I've had
Yeah.
so many black people back up JonTron, it's not even funny.
Dude, everybody loves JonTron except for
No,
stupid
but they're like,
fucktards.
nigga, he's right.
And that's why what is 13%, but also 50%? Why do you think that's a fucking meme? Because it's just
True.
the truth.
It's kind of true.
And
Dude,
by the way, it's not even 13%. It's like 5.4. It's black males aged 13 to 50, 15 to 35.
Yeah.
That's it. Just them. That's almost all of the statistic.
I still
Shut up,
remember.
rapist. How dare you actually make the numbers better?
Dude,
It's worse technically. It's
Yeah.
like 5, less than 5.
that reminds me of the day when I shared my opinion on the JonTron thing. A guy I knew who was an anti-fascist finally removed me. He was acting all. He had a complete spurg out.
That's what
And
they
it's
do.
So, a normal day in Puerto Rico then. Ah!
Damn it, Nick.
so wanna see this fucking video?
No. Here's the thing. He claims I'm a Republican. He claimed that I was sucking red dick. Red dick. Come on, dude. You're a commie. The only dick you suck is March, man.
The other funny thing I love telling Eurofags, they're always trying to talk shit about America, saying like, oh, we have all these shooting problems and stuff. And I'm like, you know what the sad fact is? You just Thanos snap all the black people out of the country, and all of a sudden we have like the same violence rate as Sweden. It's just the way it is, dude. I'm sorry.
Oh, I remember there was somebody said it was Detroit, Chicago, and I can't remember what the other city was. But if you eliminate those from the American like gun statistics or whatever, we are like near the bottom of the list worldwide.
New York.
Yeah. Oh, probably more like Baltimore, to be honest with you. New York is.
Forget. Let me just show this.
New York should be Thanos snapped out of existence. It's just ugly.
Oh, yeah. Nick, the guy. I forgot to tell you something. The guy who removed me, he's from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
sorry.
Whatever.
The north side of Pittsburgh's got a lot of crime. Philadelphia is worse, but
at least it's fucking pretty.
Philadelphia is way worse than Pittsburgh, but Pittsburgh's got.
Oh my God, Philadelphia's a trash fire. How dare you, sir?
I mean, the ironic
West Philadelphia. Yep.
The ironic thing
I stutter. I'm
sorry,
quoting you, buddy.
So the thing about JonTron, Gleb. Sorry.
Yeah, this is the video Shitrat made a long time ago. It was before he went full SJW, but the cringe is real. Just watch this. Just I won't even comment. Just let's watch.
JonTron, racist. How dare they? Popular YouTubers who make statements against immigration can't be racist. That's it. These articles are a declaration of war.
He can't even apply it right.
It's like the paint reacted with the grease on his fingers and wouldn't stick to his face properly, or like his face was like rejecting the paint.
Okay,
wait. Face.
Why hasn't anyone told me that my sound was off?
Oh,
no,
sorry,
it's just extremely low.
Bit for your mic, yeah.
Let's play this with proper sound because it's the cringe needs to be experienced with the.
I'm sorry, you had a Ralph moment there. I should have been paid more attention.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, we had to experience cringe in 2010.
Popular YouTubers who make statements against immigration can't be racist. That's it. These articles are a declaration of war. Come at me, the media. I'm here. I'm gonna disagree with you on the internet. The media, you are all fake news, even though you call like.
Is he reading a fucking script?
Because he wrote this and he can't fucking deliver the lines. It's like he's Brie Larson.
He can't be bothered to ad lib some stupid Spurg bullshit. He fucking has to look down at his notes on his bed.
Edited this, or rather,
damn it. It's like I can never not notice when somebody looks down at a script. It's why I don't bother to script.
He left his take in.
Wait, so he actually had cue cards on the floor or something?
Yeah. You can see him look down at him, and he pauses and everything.
Why?
Just do another take, David. You incel.
I can't be the only one who thinks that he looks like Sammy Sonic fan, whoever the fuck that little shit is.
Oh, don't insult him. He's in college now. He's actually.
Yeah, don't insult Sammy the Sonic fan compared to Shitrats. Oh, no.
Sammy the Sonic fan was coherent as a child. David is like 20-something, and he still acts like a fucking retard.
Wait, that motherfucker is in college now? What the hell?
Yeah,
those videos were ancient. Come on, it's like
come on, dude.
Yeah.
And it's funny looking at those pictures going, man, JonTron has put on some pounds in the past couple of years. Holy shit.
Anyways,
he is becoming the fat Iranian meme.
By the way, it won't get any better. You trust me, it's going to get only worse.
What? Let me guess. That sword is his dildo, isn't it? It has the same rubbery consistency of it. Jesus Christ, man!
Also, his
I haven't
fucking
seen a sword
broke.
wobble like that since Liha's sword in Jeed, which is
Yeah.
weird because Subaraya actually makes props, but whatever.
Motherfucker, you can fashion a proper sword out of wood or something.
I can't even tell if he's like doing what do you call it, a skit where this character's mom walks in, or his mom walked in actually for real. Like, what the fuck are
No,
you
that
growling?
was when he was in college. So it was at most it was one of his roommates.
No, it was he's doing a skit. Like it's part of the whole skit.
Yeah.
It's bad. I mean, I told you it was bad, but still, just watch this. He couldn't even be bothered to fix the audio levels because this was supposed to be like audible for the audience, but fucking amateur.
What the fuck kind of mic is he
even
using?
more incompetent than a boomer. It's amazing.
I don't want to be the one to say this, but like some of the things he said, defense of white ethnic identity.
Oh my god! This was right about the time I stopped watching this asshole.
Oh look, it's Armored Sellout.
Yeah,
Armored Sellout, Chris Faggot.
It's not too bad.
His content had already sucked ass by this point, but the hot takes that he kept putting out week after week was like, I'm so fucking done with you.
Oh, never mind. I could just never mind. You know what? I'm gonna call him Armored Faggot for now on. He's both a faggot, a sellout, and an asshole. All three things at once.
He's
just a
gay,
dipshit.
he's dating Shoe on Head. That's pretty bad.
Like Karma.
At one point, Shoe on Head was bangable.
Fuck that.
And then I actually listened to what
And then
she
you
said for more than 5
you
minutes.
stopped looking in the garbage can and was like, oh.
The only reason people even watched her was because she looked like Foxy from 4chan. That was it.
No, I said
Oh,
bangable.
God.
I didn't say hot.
Also, by the way,
Why did you fucking scare me with
Wait,
that jump
wait,
scare? Holy
stop.
shit, that was ugly.
This is the worst part of the video incoming. Just listen to him pretending like this is his impression of Sargoy.
Oh, Jesus.
Are you questioning me?
Oh, God, that's
So
scary.
pick a side. You fucking heretic.
D'Angelo always does it again.
Sword is made of.
Oh.
Why did you sew it? Oh, my God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus, that is Liha levels. Oh, my God. That's embarrassing.
This
Jesus
is more.
Christ.
This is probably stiffer than him.
I'm actually screen capping this one, like hello, darkness, my old friend.
Yeah.
Hello, darkness, my
You
old
can
friend.
get much better swords
I've
a lot easier.
Talk to you again because a vision softly creeping.
You can always
I don't
get better
remember
swords.
the words.
Why do I? What?
And a vision that was planted in my brain.
Hey guys,
Come on, I'm doing the Garfunkel part. You guys got the easy one.
maybe we could talk about a bit about that. Avengers fan brutally beat man outside cinema after he loudly revealed the surprise ending of blockbuster Endgame movie.
Good. Fuck spoilers.
Actually,
I don't even
yeah,
care if
I'll-
it's spoilers
I
to dumb
understand
bullshit.
people
Still, fuck
not
that guy.
liking them, but I'm sorry, it is not worthy of a violent response.
No, especially I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but
Well,
you'll
yeah.
see it and you'll wish I did.
I
I
don't
already
wouldn't be
have
the
it
guy to
spoiled,
risk
so-
going to jail for it, but I'm not sorry it happened. Shit.
Can we please not talk about Cape shit in this fucking stream? Thank you.
All right.
At least not now.
Yeah, that's the meme.
At least not now. All right. I think I had enough of the Avengers for 1 week.
I've had enough Cape shit for a lifetime, to be honest with you. I'm just over
I
it.
still got 40 years of Japanese men in spandex. Fuck y'all.
Well,
great.
that's at least more quality.
There's comedy. There's straight up like edgelord shit. There's fun for everyone. Not all crammed into one fucking degenerate swill. So we can laugh at the funny movie made by Rapist Man.
Oh god, I need to watch Rape Man though.
Oh, and did Dan Harmon put out another movie?
No, it's a Japanese anime.
Brian Singer put out another movie?
I don't know. I heard something about the rape.
Oh, yeah, that's
the
a
rapist
little
movie.
vague. I was talking about Guardians of the Galaxy, but
Roman
allegedly-
Polanski put out
James
another
Gunn, that
movie?
right.
You're gonna name everyone in Hollywood at this point. Just stop.
Kevin
Yeah, I
Spacey
know.
released another movie. What the fuck? Yeah, Kevin Spacey released another movie. Let's go ahead. Sorry.
I just we were talking about Broken Heart. Only recently noticed that Shitrat had pronouns in the bio. Well, I mentioned that it wasn't the development, and there's found a meme that showed his old Twitter bio, which was even more retarded than his current one.
And then he protects
somehow.
He was actually proud of that.
Far-right extremism breaks up neo-Nazi harassment groups. Fear me, I have Discord spies.
Oh yeah, I remember
his
this
profile picture. He looks like one of those internet thoughts.
Yeah, exactly.
He literally looks like Iron
He
Liz.
actually
Dude.
looks like a fucking Instagram whore.
For the longest time, there was a joke that there was a meme that he was transitioning.
Yeah, because of that picture. Because holy shit,
that picture, his long hair. Also, when he tried to play the thing with the Davina, it's like, yeah, you do that, and you think they're not gonna start making jokes about it. You really are an innocent guy.
There was so many people back then transitioning out of the blue that everyone fully expected it. Like, it would have been a safe bet.
That's the funny part, because there were several transgenders who said that they started their transition just like that, just ironically, and because it's what they call eggs, when they don't even.
God damn it, Jay! Why do you have a life? Why can't you shitpost with us? I miss her.
Yeah, but eggs is a thing. Yeah, and these are always people who are really easy to just talk into it because they don't have a fucking personality besides being a dumbass.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and then you have a lot of them like Chris Chan, and I can't remember who a few of the others that I actually saw, but they go and they transition because they're failures as men, and they have been mocked into oblivion. So in their mind, transitioning to a woman means that everything that has gone on before never happened. It was somebody else.
It gives new meaning to the word emasculating.
Yeah,
it's funny you may have shit on Iron Liz because she's like, I don't give a fuck. I hate these people.
I didn't mean to, because Iron Liz is based. It's fine, yeah.
Yeah, she's really fucking interesting to listen to, actually.
I know a lot of base trans people. There's more of them than you think. A lot of them. Because a lot of them are just fucking fed up with the shit. They don't want to be used as a tool.
Off the internet, and that's why you don't hear them, because they're fucking shunned by the crazies.
Yeah.
Is that a Mac?
Yeah, it's a joke.
Oh, okay.
It's a joke because the fucking CEO of Smart Brain and Fies is like gathering children, and he's using a Mac. Like, that's not an edited scream cap. That's actually what he's saying.
That's why I sometimes miss early Gamergate, because Not Your Shield should have been a hashtag with some longevity, because that's what a lot of trans people are fucking sick of. They're sick of being used as a shield.
Yeah. I mean, after a while, I mean, because the thing is, Not Your Shield is probably one of the few legitimate cause hashtags I've seen, ever since hashtags started. The problem is that you really can only get so much linked out of it, because eventually the very people who need to be saying are going to be like, fuck this, I have a life.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what Iron Liz did. She fucked off and moved to the Caribbean, and she deleted all her social media.
Yeah, I never had a Facebook, and I only had Twitter for maybe 8 months before I got suspended 3 times, and I just got tired of it.
What do you want, a medal?
Well, geez, I was always shadow banned within a fucking week just because of the people I followed, and then freaking and it's hilarious that I got banned for shitting on TERFs, and then I got banned for telling a trans person that it is still a mental illness, not that there's anything wrong with that. So I got banned by both sides of the Civil War.
Experience.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
You got frozen binary. God, that's sad.
Oh man, Jay, if you're watching this, we miss you. Up, man?
She's busy with actual jobs and shit.
Yeah. Well, she'll be back. She promised to join us at some moment, at some time.
Debo loves you.
In May, I think. Hopefully.
Oh, neat.
We'll see.
Cinco de Mayo. I'll break out my tequila, which is upstairs.
The TERF Civil War is worth keeping an eye on, because that's going to keep going, and it's going to keep getting worse.
Oh yeah, that one really, when it comes to the next, I mean, I know there's always going to be stuff going on in all of the subgroups, I have a feeling that the TERFs are going to be the next. Like, you know how like transgenders, you really don't hear about them constantly now. But before, they were every fucking news story. I think
They
the
need to
TERFs are
regroup
the
and
next,
rearm.
like the next set.
Because the
of
TERFs are like,
oh,
fuck you, you're appropriating my female privilege and shit. Fuck off, get off. This is my racket. Get off my block. You know.
Yeah, but no, but I have a feeling that like the next Milo, the next whatever publicly vilified figure that is like the public enemy number one is going to be from the TERF community.
You're gonna see the TERFs start coming over to our side. It's gonna be hilarious. You're gonna start seeing. You're gonna have to start seeing like right wing conservative TERFs. It's gonna be amazing. It's coming. Mark my words.
Then you'll have Jay show up in fucking Rorschach gear and a shotgun and go, no.
Yeah, basically.
You know what this is? This is a jihad. This is going to be.
I mean, yeah, that's
a tranny.
that's
This is going to be
feminism
a
at its
tranny
core.
jihad against the trenders.
Oh, the trannies are already getting sick to fucking death of what they call NBs, non-binaries. They fucking hate those people, as they should, because they make a mockery of people who actually have gender dysphoria. So they fucking hate them. And like I was exposed to so much shit on Twitter of them TERFs getting banned for shitting on trans people getting banned for shitting on NBs and shit. It's fucking crazy. It's a little slice of the Civil War.
The non-binaries were bad enough when they started saying NB, but then when they actually came up with a spelling ENB, actually made a fucking word with actual spelling, it was like, okay, we have just jumped the fucking shark.
MB. So they got
not only jumped the shark, we have donkey punched its mother.
Yeah, they got their own like public enemy dudes where you'll see a guy and you'll see his profile picture and it's a dude who looks like vaguely like Sargon with a beard and glasses, and he's clearly a dude, and you click on his little Twitter profile, pronouns she, her. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Is
You're
this the guy
bullshit
with
artist.
data covered for
You
Pretty
have a
Little Liars?
fucking beard. It's a guy who looks vaguely like Mike Stuckberry. And like fucking,
I don't know who that is, but okay.
I'm trying to remember who he is, but he's somebody you guys have heard of before.
My pronouns are not preferred; they are mandatory.
He's a guy who's like that, but he's clearly a dude who presents as male, but he says, no, I'm a girl, and fucking ban you if you're a fucking call me wrong pronouns. It's like, you're a bullshit artist. Like, fuck off. I've seen him in videos. He doesn't talk like a girl, doesn't dress like a girl, doesn't fucking wear makeup or anything. He's just a bullshit artist.
Speaking of talking like a girl, I was listening to the Ricada stream about Mars Girl at work, and the moment I heard Iron Liz talk, I hadn't heard of her for forever. I legitimately thought it was Dishonored Wolf.
Yeah, right? The deepest voice on the stream.
Yeah, but Iron Liz sounds like an effeminate Dishonored Wolf, which just tells me he's a faggot.
Well, Dishonored Wolf is like an unapologetic bisexual
furry,
faggot or whatever.
All right.
But he said to be fair, he actually sounds more of a woman. Or no, I don't want to say that. That's insulting to Iron Liz. I don't want to compare him to that.
Dishonored Wolf's not the worst weirdo.
No, but he's kind of rotted. It's a good thing Gleb's
a little
isn't here,
bit,
because he would like fucking shit on him. Actually,
he's lucky he escaped his little Me Too moment. Like, guys like him, just don't be on Discord. It's a bad place for you.
Don't be a furry on Discord. It's a bad time. Just don't be a furry.
Well, just don't hit on people in Discord. I wouldn't recommend anybody have. Yeah, somebody who was hitting on lied about their age, and people tried to bury him over it. She was some 15-year-old girl, and he said he immediately cut her off and kicked her out of the Discord after, but then they tried to bury him over it. And he just admitted, yes, I hit on this person. No, I didn't know they were 15 once it got out. And it was some chick who had pulled that same shit with a bunch of people where like roped him in.
So literally nothing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was literally nothing.
He's a
but that's why he fucked off for like 6 months and changed his name.
That is so gay. I'm sorry.
Dishonored Wolf?
I thought it was the actual fucking like child pedo ring that was trying to root itself in there. That's literally why he left. That's pretty sad.
Yeah, because he got bamboozled by some teenager, or who knows how old this person actually was. But, you know.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
There's-
dear.
But yeah, he basically more or less got catfished and immediately did the right thing and fucked off and just disappeared and let it go away.
Why would you have
Yeah.
to leave? Like, you got catfished. Big fucking deal.
Because Me Too is a thing, dude. It was wise to let it die down.
Yeah,
He
well,
addressed it and then fucked off.
it's not like he makes worthwhile content anymore.
Well, he clearly had like major drama and
Oh,
lost
yeah.
friends over it. And a bunch of stupid
He
shit
needed to
happened
get
that
his
was
life
more than what he
together. I
said.
actually have to BRB because
Alright.
I have to take my dog out and there's family issues. Be right back.
Yeah, but it seems like the only weird gay furry that I don't mind is Rags, because Rags is at least cool.
Yeah.
Doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, there's actually like 3 different YouTube channels that I've seen that are specifically, some guy posing as an underage girl in Discord chat trying to get them to do video calls. And
Well,
I'm
you
like,
know how much money catfishers make? It's a lot. It's
Yeah.
a good scam.
but the thing is that like this guy does it just to expose people, and it's like you really don't want to be showing too much of your thing because I'm watching it. I'm sitting there watching the videos, and I notice that it's always the guy needs to come up with a new script because if I was to sit there and see these if I was to see somebody talking to me and then said like the things that that I saw, I'd be like, okay, hi, by the way, I watch your videos.
You'd just be surprised how easy it is. It's really, really easy.
Oh yeah, I mean when you have
And they don't think about it
out there, then yeah, they are. I mean, yeah, it's easy to get them.
Well, it's like the pussy mist falls over and they don't even think about whether or not they're being fucked with until it's too late. And Medicare covered one of those guys where he sent her all these nudes and shit. And we're talking about the same guy. He posed as like a 13-year-old girl or something and got so many horrendously graphically explicit DMs and nudes out of this guy. It was hilarious.
Yeah,
And the hilarious thing is while Medicare was covering him on the Sunday stream, it was some guy from, I don't know if it was Rooster Teeth. He was from some actually semi-popular, it might have been Rooster Teeth or something like Rooster Teeth. Machinima, maybe?
Anyway,
it was some guy from one of those.
A YouTube channel that's pretty was at least at once pretty popular.
Yeah, and what's hilarious is so when Medicare was first learning who this guy was that got entrapped, he was playing audio, and like there were 3 guys talking, and all of them sounded like complete soy boys, and the guy that got entrapped was like this big butch-looking motherfucker with a tiny dick. It's hilarious, and you find out that the guy sounds like freaking like a girl, and it's like this 6'4" huge hairy person, and they sound like a girl. It's hilarious.
Oh,
like the
God.
guy, no offense, James, but he looked a little bit like you with the beard, big guy, broad shoulders. Not like you, but similar build, whatever. And like fucking, it sounds just like a girl. Like holy shit!
Oh,
like I don't have the deepest voice in Guidem. This guy way higher, like way higher than anybody here. It was ridiculous.
Oh, no. If you want to be able to to insulate yourself emotionally enough to be able to just follow whatever is going on the internet, look into the bidet, the TikTok predator. He went by the name of the bidet.
What did he do?
Oh my God! Apparently, this guy was like in his early 20s. Looked like he was in his late 50s.
That's already weird.
Bald and round. And I mean, there was the the expected, he sit there and there was allegations from some underage girl that he was sending her really, sending her video messages about, oh, I want to lick you and what, that stuff. But oh my God, he would sit there and they have this feature called Duet on TikTok where you can pick a video and it will be paired up next to yours and you can do the whole interaction thing.
Yeah,
And
I'm familiar with that.
He would always pick the most underage looking girls that he could find to do duets with them.
Yeah, dude, TikTok is a playground for child predators, big time. because it's all like freaking middle school girls on that fucking website.
Yeah, you know what I found interesting? Why isn't the Chinese government cracking down on this? Because, well, TikTok is owned by the Chinese. It was formerly Musically.
Because
Yeah.
the Chinese government, if they're involved in something that's going to attract perverts, you look at it this way: is that wouldn't you find like, okay, if you had a senator or some other person in power who happened to be sending messages to what they thought was a 13-year-old girl, wouldn't you actually want to have that information in case you ever needed a favor?
Yeah, that and the Chinese people also don't give a fuck. They really
pretty
don't.
Oh
much.
yes, we're talking about the yellow Jew.
Yeah, but we were talking about like TikTok predators and shit.
Oh yeah.
And also about that one guy. Remember watching a couple Sunday streams ago when Medicare was covering that guy that got catfished?
Oh, yeah.
Pretending to be like he pretended to be a 13-year-old girl, and that dude, he was from Machinima or Rooster Teeth or something. He was that big butch guy, but he had the girly voice. Remember that, Nick?
Wait. Yeah, he was actually from Machinima, if I recall.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah,
You didn't watch that? You're behind on your Medicare, I guess.
Yeah. Well, he didn't stream for the longest fucking time after Stream Me.
Oh, he's been back for like a week. Jeez,
I
he's put
know.
out like 3 streams.
He's streaming right now, apparently, about shit.
Yeah, about
Don't
fucking
mention that if you want to
Shipwreck, which
retain
is amazing.
viewers.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm back. Oh, since I'm back, let's
Oh, is my shit backwards on a?
no.
Okay, yeah, it's just what OBS is, or not OBS, but
Darren, you want to know what the age of consent is in China?
It's probably
14.
really low. Yeah, it's low.
14.
That's
Well,
better
this
than
is
what it's been. Like,
Well,
wasn't
age of
it
consent is
until
13,
like
even,
a few
even
years
though
ago?
they
And
actually banned the number. That's funny.
like
Well,
in
it's
Korea and
14 in
Japan,
Germany.
wasn't it 13 for a while and shit?
It's
so low.
provincial. There's like
What?
caveats up the ass with that.
Yeah, that's way too low. I mean, like shit. Like it like I thought, like, oh, age of consent being 18 didn't make a lot of sense when I was like 18. But then, like, when you get to be like 30, and you go, just like nobody should be fucking until 18, like at all. Like, stop doing that.
My
Yeah.
God. Okay, I thought that I had seen some stupid shit this week. I do not know if anything will top what I am looking at right the fuck now.
Oh, on my screen, this.
I need to download a couple memes and add it to OBS.
Oh, you had me to thank for sending him that. When I found it on my feed, I knew, this had to be on the stream. For real.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is levels of autism that even we cannot strive to attain.
Oh yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Another
So I was,
thing-
you know how I always do, where I look immediately at like who wrote this shit. You see that image? I thought it was like a dyke, and then it says Kyle Hooten, and I'm like, holy shit, soy
still
boy!
could be.
It's a,
It's
oh,
still
oh,
could be.
it's a man. It is a man.
That's
It's
a
a
new
man,
male, baby.
There
That's
are
a
girls
new male,
named
baby.
Girl
Yeah.
Kyle,
Oh no,
I guess.
It's a man, baby.
Kyle wrote the article. He's talking about that chick who apparently ate her promotion staff.
Yeah,
Kyle, don't include your PFP anymore. Just don't do it then. Anyway.
Anyways, so let's see. The FedSec therapist, whatever that means, recently gave a talk at St. Olaf College in Minnesota in which she compared personal trainers to Nazis.
This has to be a troll because that's Gabriel Iglesias right there. The comedian. That's Gabriel Iglesias in drag.
I mean, it
I
is.
swear to fucking God, that's him.
So that's where he's been.
To be fair, Nazis did have very good weight loss programs. Just look at the survivors of concentration camps.
Yeah, the
it was
typhus technique is very effective.
Yeah,
Well,
those
also
camps
in-
were also at extremely low costs.
Yeah, that and the Nazis were really big on shit.
Intensive workout program.
Yeah.
Really help you burn calories.
I guess
Ooh.
typhoid fever counts as a fucking holistic supplement.
Yeah,
maybe.
Man,
Well, actually, also they had special programs that literally burned fat like in seconds.
Oh, okay, we're going with that. All right, fine. Fine, I'll pretend to be all right. Fine.
What? Oh, yeah. I actually. Damn, there was something just very uncanny. He does. She does look like Fluffy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the joke.
Yeah, you
I
can
know.
literally just real quick Google a picture of Gabriel Iglesias.
Oh,
it is
fuck.
uncanny.
What the hell?
It's the same person.
And of course, it's from Minnesota, or as I call it, the Sweden of the United States.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, because
What the fuck, Dropbox? Jesus.
Yeah, close enough.
damn.
It is. It's him.
Yeah, especially the pictures of him without his beard. Yeah, it's real close.
Oh man. I'll be honest with you. I love it. I love Fluffy as much as the next motherfucker.
He's a very good comedian. Yeah.
Yeah. Man of taste as
Well,
well.
this chick is funny too. Just she doesn't know that she's funny. Okay, so she further compared a parent putting child on diet to sexual assault. Sure, why not?
Honk honk.
Let's take a look at this. This is going to be good, I truly believe that a child cannot consent to being on a diet. Well, you know what else child cannot consent to? A lot of things, like being sent to school or getting vaccinations or a lot of other stuff. Children are not mature enough to make those decisions for themselves, so they have to be.
School.
Yeah,
I love how this
consent to
wasn't.
school.
We find out it's not a moniker that some detractor gave her. She literally named herself the fat sex therapist.
Oh my god.
No, what is a fact? What is it? What? I'm sorry, my brain is shut down. What is a fat sex therapist?
Well, you know why she's like this was she got rash at war. She was at war and got rash, and that's why she's so retarded.
She ain't a roasty, she's a corned beefy.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
Proclaimed Thursdays from Why was she given a stage to talk from? I know that people like to look at crazy people they used to have freak shows at the circus, but this is just come on.
Because
Stunning and Brave Lab. TED Talk. $10. She's probably got a TED Talk, doesn't she?
Because Stunning and Brave Labs, and it's Minnesota. That place is about as progressive as San Francisco. It's the San Francisco of the Midwest.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I need to find back the tweet. We need to show that to people. We'll continue. I'll be looking for that. Speaking of San Francisco.
Oh, by the way, she's not just fat sex therapist. She's also self-described queer or non-binary.
Mm-hmm. And why is it every time we find one of these fucking pseudo-intellectuals, they always got this vaguely Indian-sounding name? This is like the fucking 5th week in a row.
I knew that India had a...
They shit in the streets and they shit in your brain.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, in India, it's pretty bad as well because of the caste system as well. They got feminists in down there in India causing shit. And you know what? Never mind stuff.
Well, they got a pretty backward ass fucking system that does need reform over there.
Yeah, it's pretty gay.
Yeah. To summarize it real quick, well, they plan to be a superpower, right? So they had to square up with the actual superpowers somehow.
Well, they already got nukes in a pretty rapidly growing economy, so they can kind of claim it.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I looked up her profile on Everyday Feminism, and it's fucking hilarious. Let me just show.
All right.
The funniest part. Popularly known as the fat sex therapist on Instagram, their fame hit an all-time high when they were featured on Breitbart in March 2018 for naming thinness as a white supremacist beauty ideal.
It was her.
What?
Well, yes, I do. I will. For this one time, I will accept the use of they because she clearly has the weight of multiple people. I will actually use the they pronoun for once.
More gay.
More than Kool-Aid because I need it for this shit.
Yeah, she's basically the progressive Ann Coulter. Her whole racket is she says ridiculous bullshit and keeps ending up in the news.
I think she's worth two. She's worth two Ann Coulter at least.
She's basically the fat ass Indian version of AOC.
Oosh.
Because of how moronic she sounds. And I swear, she looks like someone I know in my neighborhood. She's got a really fat ass as well.
She looks like a pumpkin with eyes.
Like it says, she travels nationally to curate custom visual workshops that whisper to our change-making spirit and nourish our vision for a more just future. What the fuck does that even mean?
Buzzword salad.
Oh wait.
Oh, this is a
Oh wait.
Hey, you guys want to bet that when she farts, it doesn't make a sound? It's rather more like an evil person as well as a tune.
So her brown note makes a brown note?
Look at this. Talk topics: unlearning fat phobia. How fat queers the body. South Asian mental health. Health is a social construct.
What?
Healing from fat
Over and
trauma.
over again. It doesn't end.
Healing from fat trauma. What the fuck?
Excuse me? What?
Unpacking fat phobia and diet culture, expanding the sexological understandings of body image, talking to the name.
You need to put the honkler sound on the fucking soundboard because Jesus.
Yeah. I just love how the fact that it's like women like this that sit there and talk about, it's like, no, they will bitch and complain about consent and then turn around and say that if you don't have sex with them, it's hateful.
Look at this. Gender isn't real and neither is health. What the fuck?
The first half of that is correct.
Body justice, understanding the intersection of body image and race.
Now she means sexual dimorphism, but a gender is actually bullshit. There's no such thing
The
as gender.
revolution will be potluck. 10 steps to building a queer femme collective in the South Asian diaspora at South Asian.
Oh, anti-carceral community accountability and substance use. Well, I'm sure that substance use has something to do with her ideas because a sober mind wouldn't come up with this shit.
I'm assuming that means you shouldn't go to jail for using drugs or something.
Okay, what the fuck is this? Decolonizing Sexual Positivity, a practical guide at the American Association of Sexuality Educators, Counselors, and Therapists in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Oh, of course, this fuck was in Puerto Rico, of course.
Well, now we know she's not an agitator. She really is this batshit
Now
crazy.
we know why we call you guys Hispanic Sicilians.
Dude, she probably went to Piñones and decided to eat a bunch of fried shit. Of course.
Of course.
Damn.
Actually, wait a minute. Where the hell did I put it?
Oh,
Radical fat liberation.
I found a clip from her talk at the university. It's like 1.5 minutes long. Let's take a look at this. I like the description. Elizabeth Warren is right. College should be definitely free because everyone should have the right to be subjected to someone as woke as Sonali.
Oh my god. Hey, Sonali, do you want some of my fat? I want to lose 80 pounds already.
Let's take a look at this. This is going to be good, you know it.
Is that the child cannot consent to being on a diet the way a child cannot consent to having sex. That is why I identify what I experienced as a child as non-consensual diets. This statement got me in a little bit of hot water because folks are like, we can't call things sexual violence if they don't include an experience of assault. But I experience diet culture as a form of assault because it impacts the way that I experience my body. You cannot, after leaving this room,
Jesus Christ,
continue to call yourself progressive or leftist or radical or a Marxist or a communist or a socialist or an anarchist and still hold on to fat phobic values. Because fat phobia is tied into ableism, fat phobia is tied into classism, fat phobia is tied into capitalism, into this understanding that a system is telling us that there is an inherent rank and hierarchy of body worthiness. And we cannot continue to hold on to fat phobia and continue to call ourselves radical in any means. It is not radical to be fat phobic.
All right. Guys.
She needs to be careful because if they ever push the socialism, whatever stuff, she's gonna be a food source.
All right, gentlemen, I need to bring this up. I have in my in one of the tabs, Gabriel Iglesias' 6 levels of fat. Big, healthy, husky, fluffy, damn, and oh hell no, she is basically a damn on that scale.
Oh, are you kidding? She's in category 7.
Which is shit.
What, category 7 tons?
No, Gabriel Iglesias came up with 6 categories of fat. She's in category 7.
Yeah.
I mean,
Gabriel
you know
Iglesias,
that,
he's already in the. Yeah, I think he's already
I
in
couldn't
5.
tell if she was sitting on a couch or she was the couch. I honestly couldn't. I honestly couldn't. I'm not even joking there. I
like
couldn't
just a
tell.
regular chair when they actually have to bring out that kind of chair.
Yeah, it's like.
Visualize the astonishment of this one.
Look, I know there's people whose fat sometimes it becomes ridiculous, like my roommate Jim. I invited Bob, and Bob sitted on Jim because he thought he was a beanbag.
And see, the sad thing is like, okay, how many one-person shows,
Jim didn't feel a thing.
have you ever seen where the person actually just sat there the whole time?
So you're saying your roommate is Popo?
Yeah, I've never seen anybody give a talk that did not go to one side of the stage or the other, and I mean, when you have to sit there in that big comfy chair because you can't make it from one end of the stage to the other, you have a fucking problem.
Well, I know one eligible bachelor who might be interested, Boogie, because she's too fat to move. She can't possibly cheat on him.
Yeah.
Why do I feel
I was sitting there looking at her body position and all, and you could see her trying to turn to talk to this side of that entire side of the thing. She's trying to,
I was watching, waiting for her to fall out of the chair. She's like on the edge of it and so fucking fat that like her fucking center of balance is gonna tip over because her belly is hanging out so far up from the fucking chair.
Stage just collapses if she sneezes.
I would laugh so fucking hard.
It's like, I mean, I don't endorse, mocking people for being fat. I mock fat.
No, you support it like that. Like that.
I mock people who
Titanic
think
lover.
being fat makes you better than you are.
No, it doesn't.
No, you don't mock them. You heartily mock them.
Yeah,
I
enthusiasm.
know a few. I know a few fat girls. In fact, one of my exes that I have a kid with, she is fat.
I'm a little bit of a chubby chaser, but
the whole I'm sexy because I'm fatter, healthy at whatever else. She acknowledges she's got health problems because of being fat.
Yeah, and I got all my friends make fun of me for being a chubby chaser, but I'm not a fucking Japanese whaler out here with a fucking harpoon. I mean, there's a fucking difference. And the thing is, whether or not you're fat, like a little bit of modesty goes a long ways. Nobody really cares all that much. Maybe they wouldn't date you or something if you're fat, but nobody's really going to hold it against you unless you're a fucking retard like this chick.
That's with most things in life, though.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Mention.
We make a million tranny jokes, but would any of us be a dick to Iron Liz? No, because Iron Liz is cool. You know?
No.
I don't know who Iron Liz is.
Binary.
Iron Liz was Lankara's former girlfriend. Which is a shame that's what she's most famous for.
I will be a dick. If she's cute, I will show her a dick, though.
Well, pansexual striker here.
When you sit there and you have girls that can't get dick any other way than to say that that if you say no, it's hateful. If you have to
Davina Charette,
somebody, meaning if you have to commit an act that you would demand somebody else go to prison for, if you have to shame somebody into having sex with you, you have a fucking problem.
Like it's like people saying it's like, oh, you wouldn't date a black person. That's that's hateful. Okay, if that's hateful, let me go all the way. I'm gonna go buy some plywood and gasoline. I'm gonna burn a cross on your lawns. That way, I'm gonna really be hateful.
In Minecraft.
Yes.
Shit! Now I don't have to cut the grass. Thanks, honky.
Shit.
By the way, wait. Let's talk about the
I hate that
more
fucking shit.
part
Thank
about
you.
this. Yeah, I wanted to show this. Like, she said that
Just progressively do more and more hateful things, and all it does is help out the black family.
Yeah. I'd
Hey,
like
one
to
of their
see a
family
sketch
members.
like
I
that.
hated that bitch. Thank you.
Nick, I'll be honest. Nick, here's the thing. Have you, considering her size, she's probably about the same size as a whole fucking slum in India. She weighs as much as a slum in India.
She's a kaiju. Godzilla's coming to her to kick her ass.
Look, if a heart attack won't kill her,
I'm
a
pretty sure she
spontaneous
shows up in
combustion
the
will.
Spanish dub of King of Monsters.
Oh god.
we haven't even talked about the dumbest part. It's just she says that science is not Nazi. We should be critical of the use of science and the production of knowledge to continue promoting the idea that certain bodies are fit, able, and desirable. It is my fatness that causes my high blood pressure, or it is my experience of weight stigma.
How about both?
Apparently,
basically unhealthy to Nazism, saying that fatphobic science is often actually eugenic science. Eugenic science is Nazi science.
how much trauma is she experiencing though? She's getting paid by universities to say, "Hey, look, I'm
Exactly.
fat, lol." Like,
I
how
will
fucking much are
say-
you suffering?
That this woman, she's the one where people were making fun of like 10 years ago. She's the woman from the meme is like, oh yeah, I'm not fat because I eat a lot. It's genetic. And she opens the fridge with a shit ton of junk food, and that's where I keep all my genetics. She's literally that woman.
If by genetics you need Monsanto, well,
Oh, just shut up.
Yeah.
Look at this. She said that intentionally pursuing weight loss, what we are discovering scientifically is that it's not possible. It's not possible to lose weight.
Has she never seen like the
I
biggest
lost
loser?
20
You see
pounds
people
working in a
lose like
fucking
300.
sweatshop last summer. Fuck you. I mean, I gained it all back, but that's the point.
I lost 50 while I was going on a diet a couple of years ago. I gained it back, but yeah, same point as Nick. Shut the fuck up, you fucking stretch shitter!
Well, if you again, it's again.
No, I have no issue. No, I have no issue with a woman or anybody else not being ashamed of being fat. I see nothing wrong with them not allowing it to give them low self-esteem. When it becomes a source of pride, that's when we got an issue.
That's the thing. If she wants to, if someone wants to lose weight, they can harness the power of science, specifically chemistry.
I mean,
Oh,
yeah.
And use meth for faster results.
Well, everybody knows that German science is the best in the world.
German engineering.
Yeah,
Well-
it's the only reason fucking Italian cars run now, because they're all designed in Germany.
Dude, am I the only one who knew the JoJo reference here? Damn.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah. What I meant.
Ugh.
I got it. It wasn't funny, but I got it.
Yeah, whatever.
I can't do a good meatwad. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, I can.
Let's finish
Oh,
topic. Let's finish topic.
I don't know. I don't know if you can beat her imitation.
Let's
So
finish.
I actually, Meatwad's actually the voice I can do. So what now?
I'm sure I can do Meatwad.
I need to get you Krim Steinbelt saying "shut up." That's another thing you need to add to the soundboard.
All right. Let's move on.
Yeah.
So she didn't talk just about how it's impossible scientifically to lose weight. She went on to talk about other stupid shit. Like, this conversation about pushing off our own well-being into the individual is part of these 1980s Reagan era policies that again tried to move that structural obligation of a system and this social safety net into the individual. So basically, she's a fucking commie.
Trickle down weight loss.
Well,
instead of thinking that there should be social support, it also helped me to subsidize my food costs.
Oh boy!
What the taxpayers
So
should pay
much to
for the
unpack there.
I'm sorry, but I am not going to. I am not going to endorse them spending the GDP of Paraguay to feed your ass for the weekend.
Holy fuck! Are you serious? Are you fucking serious, dude?
Oh my god!
Paraguay is conservative. Right.
I mean, does she not realize that food stamps are a thing?
She would max out an EBT card in like a fucking 4 hours or something.
An hour.
Holy fucking broke lives!
Glubs!
Because when I was on food stamps for like 2 months,
help make him feel better.
It gave you $200 a month, yeah, and that's about how much it costs to feed a person like that. You won't fucking believe what a person that fat eats in a day. It's insane.
Everything in front of her. The house, the couch, everything.
The kids.
I survived.
What kids?
God.
Gone.
Oh, since we're on this, you should show them that Facebook group I showed you.
I expected something stupid, but I didn't expect her to actually say that the government should pay her food bills.
Nobody expects a Spanish fatquisition.
Holy fucking shit, man. Why is this a thing?
Okay. Let's continue.
Jesus.
Let's continue. All right. Her solution to these problems of society requiring individual responsibility was calling students to challenge all authorities, not just the authority that science has given, but also legal authority. The same way I want us all to challenge laws, I want us all to challenge prisons and policing.
Shut up, commie.
What does this have to do with her being a fat-ass pig who couldn't even afford her own fucking food? She just... she lives in a first world country. It's not
communism detected.
And the funny thing is that industrialization has made food not only cheaper than ever, but also more energy intense as ever. Because the way nowadays poor people eat better than rich people in the Middle Ages. Not rich people maybe, but kind of well-off people. Because nowadays food is so cheap that if you have enough to get any food, you'll get enough. That's the problem.
You won't starve to death if you're on food stamps. Let's put it that way.
The thing is that nowadays people get way too many calories because food is so energy dense, and that's the problem. People, the fact that they didn't have this epidemic of fat people in the Middle Ages shows that the fat epidemic nowadays shows that we're too well off. For our
one of the problem is that the food is designed to be addictive and it tastes too good, actually.
Well, not just that. It's more the case of people have evolved in the environment where resources were extremely scarce. Because again, industrialization is a very recent event. So before that, getting food that is really, really high calorie, it was almost a luxury. So we are hardwired kind of food to more healthy food, healthy by modern standard. Because now
I think she might actually be bigger than Trigglypuff.
Yeah.
Oh, by an order of
she is
minimum.
She is, and Trigglypuff is huge.
Okay, guys.
Oh Lord, she rolling.
We got an idea. I got an idea. We need to live stream this. We need to live stream this. Trigglypuff versus fat Indian Trigglypuff on a sumo ring in Japan.
It'd be over in like 10 seconds. They'd gas out and just fall down gasping like fish out of water.
Oh God, no! You know what I think? No, you know what I think it would be.
Do that, except In mud or in jello?
How about
No, it has to
no,
be mud
all of
because
it.
they'd eat the
They
jello.
eat the fucking jello.
Yeah, for mud's probably a better idea.
They'd hoover
I'm-
that shit.
Honestly, I'm guessing oil.
Oh, no, even better. You sit there and you get 2 inclined ramps, and you have scoring zones. And you sit there, you oil them both up, and you
No!
slide them down the ramp.
No, bad touch. No,
Yes,
bad touch. Stranger danger. No,
yes, this needs to happen. Fat ass
Daddy,
Plinko.
no.
Play shuffleboard with them. You slide them down the
Shuffleboard?
ramp.
You're talking
and then
about
you
fucking
slide
wrecking ball.
the other one down to knock her out of the scoring zone.
James, we need to do this. We need to build a big ass pinball machine and put these 2 fat asses, drop them, and see which one comes first to the bottom.
I know, but that might require us to contact like structural engineers to come up with materials that could withstand it.
Yeah, in
this is
about 20
definitely-
years, we'll have something strong enough to contain them.
Wait,
Look,
wait, this is the dumbest part. I haven't even gotten to the dumbest part of this article.
Oh God!
It gets worse.
It gets worse. So
But wait, there's more.
listen to this. Listen to this. I do not think it's surprising that the man who shot up Christchurch, New Zealand, was also a fitness instructor.
what?
Oh yeah, that part.
The show indication that there's
Jesus.
still
I don't
an idealized
understand,
body.
Papa.
Seriously, like, she says
What's just straight shit or shitting about?
the shooting is a clear communication that there's still an idealized body. Nazis really love this idea of an idealized body, and so it makes a lot of sense to me that a fitness instructor might also think about an idealized body in this thin white supremacist way. Oh, fucking hell.
Okay, what was my problem?
My brain is melting.
Oh, okay, fine.
My brain, it hurts.
Wait a
Hong Kong.
fucking minute. Wait a
Hong
minute. What did I just read?
Hong Kong.
I'm not
Oh,
sure. I'm scared.
I'm pretty sure we haven't even touched the most retarded part.
Hong
I'm
Kong.
pretty. Labs. What the hell are we? What the hell are we reading? Seriously? Why did I? Why did I? Well, I'll be honest with you. When I sent you that, I didn't realize it was gonna be that fucking brutal. Damn. All right. There's so basically, according to her, being thin is the equivalent of being the master race.
Oh, but by the way, the funny part is that I just opened like a new window, and YouTube said that it logged me out of it for some reason. But well, I logged back in, and it didn't say anything. So why did it do it? Even usually when it logs you out, it's if you get like a strike or something. But I didn't.
Yeah.
Of my
I was
account.
wondering if Sherrod heard about us.
I think
Yeah, that's a possibility.
either that or the Polish head nigga in charge. I mean, Susan Wojcicki is actually watching this. Hey, Susan, how about you stop banning people? You fucking kurwa.
Why would you call him a fucking fuck?
Well,
That's an
Well-
acceptable insult. It's not very creative, but it's acceptable.
all right, Suka. I mean, I don't know how to say bitch
In Polish, it's kurwa.
I just say stop being a Susan.
Yeah, when PewDiePie fucking gives up on pronouncing your name, you're probably not worth it.
It's I find it it's weird. I actually know how to pronounce her last name for some reason. Wojcicki. I mean, have you guys read Polish names? They are a massive. They're
They're a massive L.
Yeah, they're a mess, dude.
L.
There's still full syllables in Polish names that are nothing but consonants, like CRZ, CK is like Czech for some reason.
Whoa, check.
Either that or it'll be like 4 consonants and it will be pronounced with 7 vowels though.
Is glass or
Well-
plastic? Let's find out.
Well,
The only
one
reason
day
why I
for-
can pronounce any Polish names is because there's a lot of really good fucking UFC fighters from Poland.
Their vodka's
Alright.
pretty good too. Chopin is great.
All right, let's go ahead.
Yeah, well, the article. I think we are done with this article because it's the
Yeah.
But seriously,
Labs, the thing I just shared about San Francisco. Well, the last thing I shared in our chat here.
which one?
The Twitter.
Send it to his Discord, dude.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, we could keep going with that article, but it's like it keeps melting your brain so bad you just want to change the subject for a second.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
don't
it's like.
kill me.
Oh, yeah, you had it for a second.
Oh yeah, that one. Well, it's
No, not that one. The San
yeah,
Francisco
I
one.
know this one.
It's like, yeah, you're not making a case to fight global warming at all.
Arizona
Learn to
Bay!
swim, learn to swim, learn to swim. Fucking
It's
Arizona
literally-
Bay, make it happen.
It's literally the whole town gone. It's like there's nothing left. It's like,
Don't threaten me with a good time.
yeah, it's like just doing my part. It's like when I see that picture, it just makes me want to go turn on my car and let it idle for a week.
So why are people trying to prevent this again? And the problem is,
And
nothing
of value was lost.
This solves many problems. Bring the heat,
Dude.
This
How can we accelerate this?
one can dream.
Dora, bandora.
Oh, somebody's gonna just set fire to a stack of tires real quick.
Fuck L. Ron Hubbard and fuck all his clones. Fuck all
like
you
all those
gun-toting
things,
hip
it's like
gangster
you-
wannabes.
I'm 100% sure they're capable of building a wall to, but oh shit, no, they wouldn't because they don't like walls in that part of the world, in that part of the U.S. They could just build a seawall and be done with it.
You know what this?
We should talk about this one.
Yeah.
It's a hate crime at a Winnipeg cafe, allegedly faked by owners, say police.
Oh,
Who would have found
God.
it?
Boop, 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 boop.
Lebs, mind if I hate to interrupt, but I need to say something real quick.
Yeah, sure.
You know what? You know what that map reminds me of? You guys ever seen the movie Escape from LA?
Well, I've
When
heard
it gets-
about it.
Yeah, that's the one where it gets ravaged by a giant, by a Category 10 earthquake, and it becomes a prison, and then it becomes an island. That's kind of how it looks like.
Oh, he's talking about Escape from L.A.?
Yeah.
Isn't that the shittier version of the film? The shittier of the two films?
Yeah, Escape from New York's way better.
Well,
And if you guys have never seen it, it's basically what Hideo Kojima stole his everything from.
Yeah, I mean it's a good film. I mean, you're gonna steal from the best, but yeah.
Well, I have to agree. Escape from LA wasn't actually as good as New York, but the ending, it was.
Well,
it was right.
from what I've heard, it actually was supposed to be like a, it was supposed to be like almost like a shitpost, a high budget shitpost. It's you shouldn't take Escape from LA seriously because it's more like a parody of blockbuster action movies than an.
They both kind of are, but Escape from LA really turns it up into full spoof category. Yeah.
Yeah, especially the part with the EMPs. I mean, of all these EMPs would not fry batteries; they would still be working.
Yeah,
But-
we got to find out what the Goyim don't want us to know, though, or what the Goyim shouldn't know. I mean,
All right.
So what happened here?
This article. So an incident at Corridon Avenue Cafe that was originally reported as one of Winnipeg's worst ever hate crimes was apparently staged. So let's see what was it reported as.
Oh, of course, it's happening in New Mexico.
Wait, what New Mexico?
That's what people call Canada, Snow Mexico.
Oh, Snow Mexico, yeah. Okay, so 3 owners of the Burmax Cafe were arrested Wednesday and charged with public mischief, which involves intent to mislead and causing an officer to investigate an incident based on false information. the cafe was allegedly robbed, the interior trashed, and the walls spray painted with anti-Semitic graffiti on April 18. Although investigators now say that it was all staged by the owners. At the time, Winnipeg police, this guy, told media the attack was one of the worst hate crimes seen as police officer. So police chief, this guy said Wednesday, over 25 officers have invested nearly 1,000 hours for a busy holiday weekend trying to bring this investigation to a close. In the end, we found evidence of a crime. It just wasn't a hate crime. This incident sparked a large outpouring of support from people in Winnipeg Jewish community at the city at large, including an interfaith prayer vigil planned. There have been some new developments. So, Alexander, Oksana, and McMahon were all facing charges, and reportedly being released on a promise to appear. So, not even bailed out, just they promised to appear. And well, this is Canada. I guess it's par for the course.
My home and native cock.
Yeah. And so, is anyone surprised that it's a fake hate crime? I would be surprised if it was real, because it's, come on,
it's fucking Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. It's like a fucking super liberal place where everybody, you know, doesn't really do anything like that. Like, it's super fucking white. Like, no, there's hardly any minorities except for migrants from like the Middle East.
I am Canadian. My name Vice.
What about the Chinese though? Oh wait, they're in British Columbia.
Yeah, but
no,
like
they own the entire country, dude.
Manitoba's like where like from like John Candy's from and shit. It's just like a fucking sleepy little place where nothing fucking happens. Like, I don't expect any extremists to exist anywhere in fucking Manitoba. Like,
I like how the recommended story is Justice Smollett.
Oof, son.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Bruh.
Oh, this is great.
The mayor of Winnipeg, by the way, was in that famous Easter worshippers tweet collection image that you guys shared in the Discord.
Oh, he's
that
Canadian,
guy was,
so of course he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try not to think about the Easter worshiper thing much because I that got me irate. Like, I'm not even a Christian, and it's like,
yeah, I mean, yeah. Tara made a video
okay,
about that.
what's going to happen the next time a mosque gets shot up? Are they going to sit there and say, you know, while peaceful pedophile worshipers?
No, I think they're just the goat ass worshiper.
Yeah, but the creepiest thing about it, though, is you have to realize that there was multiple people from a bunch of different states and different countries within hours of each other using the same phrase. Like, it was coordinated. Like, there's a game journal pros for leftists.
Absolutely coordinated.
Yeah, it was planned to just say, oh yeah, they just didn't want to say Christian, not to.
They really didn't. It's
Then
fucking embarrassing.
And it's so clear. It's like they're not even making clever ploys. It's just like.
Why would you need to be clever when the masses are fat and stupid?
Trump, Russia, possible collusion. Trump. It came off like that, dude. It was literally like. And that got like a guy from Canada, like a senator from Colorado, Barack and Hillary, all within hours of each other saying the same fucking
All you would need
thing.
is Joe Biden from 20 years ago, and they could.
Well, I'm pretty
get
sure
him out of the White House.
saw the first one, which is probably Obama and Hillary. It's like it's very clear they didn't want people to say, "Hey, they're slaughtering the Christians. We need to do something." It's like they're gonna say it anyway. So you might as well just not go around it.
Oh hell no! Oh, you can't admit anything. Come on now.
Oh my God! They're killing both of. But yeah, when it comes to the Christians, I sleep.
Oh yeah, but yeah, let's find out exactly like what the fuck like, or is that the end of the article, or is there like gonna be specific
Well, they're not
charges?
gonna say they're killing the king of the Jew worshippers. Fuck that.
I mean the it was supposed to say the turtle white people.
I look forward to further shit because I want to know if there was an insurance scam angle to it, or if they were just doing it for publicity.
It doesn't say anything at all. It just says that police now arrested those three owners. we will probably hear more when
I'm interested how they figured out how they did it so fast. Like, did they forget that they had cameras, or like what the fuck did?
Probably.
How could they be this
Probably
stupid?
something incredibly
say, but
stupid.
we'll probably know about this later. So far, I guess they don't, reveal this, this early. It makes sense. But it's well, these people who do this stuff, they are not very smart. So obviously, you remember when this fucking bitch, burned her own house to,
I remember her very well.
Yeah, then it turns out that she bought gasoline. Went to the nearest gas station, bought gasoline to burn the house, and even her neighbor saw her and told that
Really? All right.
She reeked of gasoline.
I'll still never get over that she decided to kill her own pets. She couldn't at least arrange it to, like
circle of
I
hell.
took
The
like
fact that she,
somebody
she
burned
even
your house
admitted
down.
she did it because there weren't enough hate crimes.
Which it should be some. It's like there isn't enough hate crimes. It's like that's something
She's
you
a
should be
white woman,
proud
right?
of.
It was either that or fuck it.
That should be something you're proud of. I don't know. At least not faking the hate crime.
But
Of
that's a
course.
waste of gas.
Oh, here's a fact. Apparently, there's roughly 40 million kangaroos worldwide, and there are 8 million people in Ohio. So if there was an incident that kangaroo invaded Ohio, each individual would have to fight off a minimum of 5 kangaroos, and I don't know if we could do it.
I know.
Stop reading gay Twitter posts.
It's not gay. Well, gay Twitter. Yeah, that's really a good name for a nine. That's a good that's a good name for a 9gag.
You should see the emu war.
Jesus.
They literally like flew helicopters and shot fucking like 50 cals at these fucking things and couldn't kill enough of them to be satisfied.
Well, I mean, emus are pretty stout fucking birds, though.
No, I think they shot like maybe 2,000 or 3,000. They had 100,000 bullets, I think, to do that. Something of that.
Well, I mean, people don't realize emus are
thing you could possibly think
emus are kind of hard to kill. I mean, they are not exactly what you call delicate fucking birds.
Well, this is why machine guns exist.
They did use machine guns. They used a Maxim.
The problem is it's the wrong.
They used Maxim machine guns. That thing was it was old.
Well, that's the problem. You just use a modern, iteration of gas.
Of course.
But how they actually solved the problem was they finally gave the just regular fucking hunting rifles to the goddamn farmers, and they were able to do it.
Oh, they paid the farmers.
Because they're shooting from too fucking far away.
They did a bounty system. That's how they made it work.
And that's proof that the public can always solve problems in a way better fashion than the fucking government.
But they were too fucking far away to shoot the damn birds for the bullets to have any energy left.
Yeah.
All right, Gleb, are we gonna talk about that shit from Netflix that?
I was about to talk about that. Yeah, we need to talk about that, and maybe after that we'll wrap it up because this is Netflix horror series Chambers follows Get Out and exploring the terror of white people. That's why I called it terror of
white people.
The 10-episode series is part ghost story, part assimilation drama. So the idea is that this chick slowly becomes white, and that's terrifying.
What?
So what they're
the albanizer from fucking Iron Sky? Really?
Wait a minute. So the concept of assimilation, as in assimilating back into Western culture and quit having your separatist black culture because it's not doing you any favors in 2019 anymore.
Wait, I mean, if they're talking about a woman slowly turning into a white person, are they just doing a gender flip Michael Jackson documentary?
Oh, that's mean.
It's whitewashing.
That's mean. That's funny, but that's mean. So funny.
So, okay. By the way, this Noah Berlatsky, he's as you can guess, fellow white person.
White with like all the fucking parentheses you can imagine.
Noah is the whitest name in existence. That's the name. That's Spoonie's actual name. Is Noah.
Noah Entweiler.
Yeah,
the less cool are the Cop Killer brothers.
Oh yeah, this is the fellowest parentheses white person.
white.
Yeah.
I should have known because Noah is also a common junior.
Don't think about it.
If you have a nose so big, don't look at this angle because it makes the nose like twice as long.
That guy could cosplay as David Sherrod. He's got the same smile.
Shut up! Don't think about it. It's a
That's weird.
coincidence.
The black. Oh god.
Okay, the dumbest.
Wait, the black and white picture. This looks like Todd Howard with an afro.
And is this desaturized, like low pixel count? Is this him trying to emulate deep fried memes? Is that what this is?
I don't know.
Jesus Christ!
So bad.
They don't even get it. God damn it!
No, they don't.
You know, dude. You know what's funny?
Oh god.
Nick, you know what's funny? The guy in the black and white picture looks like Ethan Klein from H3H3.
Oh god.
Yeah, I am.
That man is having a spawn. I want to fucking end myself.
Let's check out this article because this article. Okay, it's a recent documentary horror noir lays out. Okay, let me switch.
Horror noir, just fucking. There's no. It's just shit.
Let me zoom in a bit. Okay, most early American horror films featuring black characters play very different for black audiences than for white ones. Traditionally,
Yeah, because the black character.
yeah, most famous is the plot of.
But we don't mention.
Let's get to the good parts. Chambers is in Arizona near. The protagonist is high school student who lives there on. So as the series opens, she suffers a devastating freak heart attack while trying to lose her virginity with her boyfriend.
She has a heart attack? How old is this character? In high school?
She was conceived with a weak fucking sperm.
She receives an emergency heart transplant from a rich white girl named Becky. Yeah, they call this white girl Becky.
Becky, of course. Of course.
So they're ripping off that trope of like there was like a movie from way back when where somebody gets like some kind of transplant from a serial killer and then he becomes a serial killer.
Idle hands.
It's a really old fucking trope.
I remember this
Yeah.
movie.
It's a well-known trope too, because Agato has it with the fucking doctor character.
Yeah, called Idle Hands.
Well, Idle Hands is far from the first one, but yes, it is an example of that trope.
Yeah.
That's correct. It was a good movie, by the way. I'm surprised not anybody remembers it though. It was a good movie.
I grew up in the 80s.
Well,
There was like a
surprised you can
remake in
remember
like
most of it,
'98 or
but all
something.
right.
Okay, I remember a movie called Reanimator. Okay,
It's a drug
Yeah.
joke. It's a drug joke. Jesus.
Anyways, Becky isn't as dead as she should be, though. Sasha ends up remembering things the other girl did and having visions of things Becky saw. Eventually, she even finds herself growing blonde hair and watching her hand turn pale.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Haunted by Becky's ghost, Sasha starts to investigate the girl's death, becoming more involved with Becky's life and more estranged from her own. In Get Out, white people plot to steal and subsume black people.
It really has nothing to do with Get Out though, because it's like.
But basically,
it's the it's the Dark Souls of Get Out.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
Get
pretty
Out
much.
isn't even really like about slavery. It's about black and white relations, and that like black people envy, or white people envy black people at the same time that they hate them, or something. Like it's more complicated than that. Or at least I might be giving Jordan Peele a little bit too much credit.
Yeah,
he's not a complete retard.
Don't write the film for them. I've done that before with.
Yeah, because that's. Oh, but the story isn't about slavery; it's about assimilation. Sasha is worried that her new heart is turning her into a white person. Well, she'll get all the white privilege. So what's the problem?
Yeah.
So basically, it's the reverse of Uncle Ruckus. Then.
Except Uncle Ruckus was a fucking great guy.
She experiences a double consciousness as the other girl enters her world. It's a frightening experience because losing herself is ugly and painful. So apparently, if the same happened, but if she was transplanted with the heart of another black person, and that black person was to the same would happen, but the
So
other
black
would also
people
be like,
are
"It wouldn't
soulless,
be as bad."
therefore
Right?
white people can just take them over. That's interesting.
And by the way, let's shut all this down right now. Scroll down just slightly so we see the picture of this black actress here. Look at this incredibly light-skinned, potentially white-passing mulatto bitch. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm so sure that you know what it's like to
Even
be
in
black.
a race baiting fucking series, they can't get away from the lights. That's amazing.
Yeah, why can't? Yeah, why you needed to cast a darker chick for me to give a
This
shit.
is the same problem with the fucking Domino from Deadpool 2. Like, they cast the whitest bitch that put white, like a white spot on her. You would want to cast someone dark skinned if you're gonna do that.
Well,
yeah, and that
also,
chick
she
looks
killed
way.
that person, so-
Domino from Deadpool 2 looks way blacker than this chick does. By the way,
And she doesn't.
Yeah.
She.
Although I
bashes
do
the
have
white
to say that the chick she actually did a good job. I actually liked her
Yeah,
Domino.
other than, you know, getting
I
that
still
one
did not
actress
like the
killed.
fact that they cast her as Domino.
she's hot
Yeah.
enough to give me jungle fever too. But
Yeah,
I mean,
the problem, the
and,
biggest
you know,
problem I
getting
have,
the other bitch killed, getting the other stunt actress killed. Yeah, let's
the
ignore
biggest
that.
problem I have with the Domino is like literally they reverse the color palette. Literally, you
No,
normally
except not enough, so it doesn't actually work.
Normally Domino is
White with
literally
with
white,
a black
not
spot. Yes,
yeah, with a black spot. It's like what?
but Dominoes also come in black with white spots, except they picked a light skinned bitch, so it doesn't work.
yeah. And the thing that nobody really wants to admit, except for some people are woke enough to admit it, is there's a lot of racism in the black community and even in the woke community about light-skinned versus dark-skinned niggas.
Oh, hell
and
yeah.
this
That
is
is
it.
true. That
This
is
is it.
true.
Only now are like really dark people getting work, because just about the only dark people who could get work for a while were like Denzel Washington and Will
Brock
Smith.
Peters.
You never see a really dark black chick like getting good work until recently.
Well, the thing is, wait. The thing is that back in the day, the problem was technical, because if someone has very dark skin, then the cameras of the day would not even.
Yeah,
show any
Brock
detail.
Peters comes looking like a fucking void in To Kill a Mockingbird. It's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
So that it could probably be like a
darkness
technical issue. Because let's not forget that the very first television cameras, they had to use really, really crazily powerful lamps to. If you watch like very early shows, the thing is that the actors couldn't see anything because the lamps were.
Oh yeah,
so
they used
powerful.
10K lamps. Those things could like fry eggs.
Yeah, so because the cameras were so not sensitive back then. Even like modern cameras, yeah, you can make them, but
It's like if you were like a kid who watched Nick at Night and saw like I Love Lucy, you remember how washed out everything looked? It's because those lamps that everything was lit with was super crazy bright. It's the only way you get good contrast.
But yeah, actually, you know what they should have done with this movie though, is like they go through the struggle. She overcomes the white girl heart, and at the end, they're sitting there like her and like her mother or whatever talking about what to do for dinner, and she's sitting there and holding a box of raisins and saying maybe we should make potato salad.
Sasha deals with white people other than
Is that a white bitch thing? I don't get it.
I didn't even realize it was a white person thing, but apparently blacks are under the impression we put raisins in potato salad.
That's fucking
Only
nasty.
sick fucks do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like the craziest thing you're allowed to put in potato salad is like walnuts, and that's it. Like no
Ooh,
more
that's
weird
really
than
good.
that.
That sounds really good, actually.
Yeah, no, walnuts are good, man.
no.
Fuck you, James.
What?
But not really in potato salad. It fucks up the consistency because walnuts are crunchy.
Dude, I fucking hate. I fucking hate
I could
potato
see
salad
if you
in
soaked them
general.
first and then added them.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's like basically when it comes to potato
walnuts are
salad,
fine.
it's like maybe cut up a couple of eggs into it, but other than that, I mean it's potatoes,
Maybe?
salt, pepper, mayonnaise, and mustard.
Yeah, I don't mean to
put in
make Gleb
chunky
skip
fucking
over this.
eggs.
I really want to see these couple of paragraphs because this is going to explain why the whiteness is so scary. This is probably important. Oh, of course, Uma Thurman's in this. God damn it.
Are you oh my god.
So someone
She
wants
fell
to
off
read
the
this.
wagon and hit every fucking rail on her way back.
Well, if someone wants to read it aloud, be my guest.
I'll read it. So Sasha deals with white people other than her ghost. After her heart transplant, Becky's parents, Tony somebody and Uma Thurman, want to be a part of the life of the girl their daughter saved. Let's not That's not very appropriate. I mean, some people do that kind of shit, but so the Covefes, I don't know how to pronounce that fucking name, invite Sasha to dinner, then offer her a scholarship to Becky's expensive private school where every student is assigned a life coach and a laptop. Oh my god, this plot is horrific.
Oh, Lefebvre.
Yeah, sure. Sasha thinks her new school is ridiculous. She nods in obvious disbelief as she's shown the school's meditation room filled with napping rich kids de-stressing. Is this what people think whiteness is? But this is what rich
black
West
college
Coast people
kids
do.
asking for that shit now.
Yes. She's also disturbed and disoriented by her insertion into an alien world. Yes, this leftist rich fucking social elite bullshit is alien. At the beginning of the show, when she's with her friends or family, she's carefree and bubbly. But being forced out of her comfort zone turns her into a drawn, angular? What the fuck?
That's a really weird use of that descriptor. You can use it, but that's kind of weird that it just...
Yeah, you either are angular or you are not. You can't become angular.
You can't use that by itself when describing someone in the way they want to.
Do they mean like maladroid is like that? I don't get it. Anyway.
No, as in her cheekbones are very, very sharp.
Yeah, I've never used angular to describe somebody's mood or disposition. That's bizarre. So morose, I know what that word means. Teen. Thanks in part to sleeplessness, Sasha has to get up in the wee hours. Don't use that phrase. Sasha has to get up in the wee hours to catch a bus into the new district. The school turns into kind of a waking anxiety dream. She doesn't know anyone. She isn't prepared for the schoolwork. She shows up and wanders through somebody else's day, disjointed and alone. How terrifying to go to a rich school and be spoiled.
Oh no, you have to wake up at maybe 7 in the morning because you do not get up at fucking 5, you asshole.
Dude, I had to catch a bus to go to a fucking school that started at 8:30 at 5:45 in the morning for high school. It fucking ruined my life.
It's like Monday through Friday, I have to actually be outside at 6:18 to put my kid on the bus.
Aww.
Yeah, welcome to white privilege, cunt. Oh, Jesus. Anyway, it's bad enough when Sasha simply doesn't like her fellow students or doesn't know the material in her courses, but it's worse when she suddenly starts acing statistics pop quizzes or putting on virtuoso swordsmanship displays in fencing. Oh, I'm sure she beats up a white guy with
so much to fucking unpack there.
So she's gonna start getting her whammon empowerment from her whiteness. Oh my god, this is gonna be a clusterfuck.
Wow, I think you talked about this. Like, black kids will get made fun of for being white if they are good at anything in school.
Yes, except for basketball. Or football.
If they like to read, if they don't want to be in a gang.
Yeah, so what I find weird is, look, if you're going to do your whammon empowerment where she starts kicking people's ass in sports, don't make it because of her whiteness.
They'd probably get made fun of for being white if if their dad was there.
Narratively, that's Becky inside her, a ghost who is usurping her soul. God, this writer is really verbose. But Sasha losing herself also seems... Wait, I'm sorry, I got dead pixels on my screen. Scroll this up slightly. Seems like a clear reference to the history of Indian boarding schools tasked with killing the Indian to save the man. Oh, Jesus Christ. And look at how light-skinned this girl is. She barely even has afro features. God, goodness gracious, she's a quadroon, isn't she?
She's a Sargon, is what you're saying.
Maybe. Schools and scholarships are supposed to provide opportunities, but from Sasha's perspective, these opportunities start to look like a magic ritual intended to tear out her heart and change her into Becky. Christ alive, I want to hate watch this show, but I don't
Wait,
have
so
Netflix.
is it even fucking the Becky heart, or is it just the fucking school?
Unclear. Becky's got something unusual sources for malign magic. In most past horror stories, people of color tap into superstition and mysterious otherworldly powers that civilized whites don't understand. Native people are the vengeful spirits and poltergeists or the founders of that nightmare graveyard and pet cemetery.
Yeah, do they know why? Because the white people invaded their fucking burial ground.
Yeah, it was a
white
curse.
People were in the wrong.
Okay,
Yeah.
so according to Urban Dictionary, morose means sullen, someone resentfully silent or repressed.
I know what morose means. That's a more common word than
I don't.
angular.
I don't.
But
Alright?
in Chambers, the indigenous people are the ones rejecting tradition and superstition in favor of rationality. Sasha's uncle forcefully rejects his family's religion and leaves his reservation and part. Oh, wait. So she's part Indian or something? Is that why she's got the weird skin color? Where are they going with this?
That's
It leaves
pretty interesting for them to fucking mix Indian and black and have it coming out looking mostly white.
Yeah.
That's not racist at all, is it?
Becky's grandfather, who stays on the reservation, tells her everything is important. There is no magic. What the fuck am I supposed to draw from this statement?
That's
everything
not
is
how
important.
that's not how, oh god. You could tell that the people who wrote this have no actual interaction with actual native people, because that's not how that works.
Everything is permitted. What is this, an Assassin's Creed reference? Fucking the Kovefis, though, believe in seemingly everything. The fucking weird ass something bullshit, as Big Frank puts it, includes crystals, diets, therapy, and even in Ben's case, some sort of body mortification ritual. Jesus Christ, what do these people think white people are like? Again, this is some pretty uniquely West Coast fucking yuppie bullshit.
Yeah, this is not how actual Indians operate. Oh god,
they're talking about the white people.
The more you read, the more racist it is to non-white people,
or however you say their name, are the white people. So wait, so the Indian magic that's probably going to come into play in the plot is the real shit, but the fucking New Age crystal bullshit of the Kavefe family, the Becky family, is the weird shit that we're supposed to cringe at. Well, they're both cringy, but, you know, I just don't like how, if this is all supposed to be a race relations fucking allegory, then why do you keep totally not... This is not white people shit. White people is hamburgers and football and beer. This is fucking goddamn West Coast yuppie bullshit. It's driving me nuts. All the spirituality centers on a new age religious movement called the Annex. Could not sound any more cultish if you tried, which is on purpose, of course. Which looks less benign as the series goes on. You don't say, because it's a fucking cult. There are strange, ugly gods at work, but they aren't haunting native burial grounds. They're lurking in the suburbs and dripping from the ceiling of that meditation room. What? Dripping from the ceiling of the meditation room.
This
Cold,
is
white,
really
awkward,
shitty
hungry.
fucking descriptive language to use as a fucking metaphor, you dipshit.
Dude, like, what is a writing degree worth anymore? Holy shit. All right.
Nothing!
Nothing. I don't think it...
Right.
I personally think it never was worth anything.
Don't you love how there's always a very specific lighting they use for creepy white people shit? And of course they're using creepy white people colors like mauve and light pinks and teal blue.
Yeah.
This is all
has
so...
ruined pastel colors, and I hate them eternally for it, because there's nothing wrong with those colors.
yuppies have used ruined pastels for a long ass fucking time, since the 80s. That's why this motif of the yoga mats and the pastel colors, it's a trope at this point.
And they don't know how to use colors properly. Like some of the ugliest palette combinations I've seen.
Well, a lot of people are guilty of this kind of fucking thing. So this is at least an appropriate...
It's a faux pas.
It's an appropriate set design for these kind of fucking people. I just resent that this is supposed to be all white people and not really rich West Coast people. This is always them interchanging white and rich.
Yeah.
It pisses me off. Or if we're still reading, we got to keep
You don't
scrolling.
know what it's like to be poor.
Yeah, exactly. So part of what made Get Out great was its singleness of purpose. Peele's film is a juggernaut with detail racing towards its apocalyptic revelations of conspiracy and hate. Inevitably, in a 10-episode series, Chambers... fuck, I still got dead pixels on my screen, so I missed a word or two. Sorry. Is a meandering something. Racism and endemic societal problems sometimes come into focus when one of the characters is arrested, but more often they shimmer like the heat on the wide Arizona landscape. This is set in Arizona? Where the fuck are these rich-ass fucking white people in Arizona? I don't know.
Well,
anyway,
where it said in the beginning of the article, so it's The Chambers certainly. It just says Chambers set in Arizona near this reservation.
I'm trying to think of like where rich people live in Arizona, like what, Albuquerque maybe. I don't think Arizona's that rich of a state, to be honest with you. I don't know if they have like a rich ass
There are
area.
actually a lot of people who retire in Arizona.
Well, this
So-
Oh yeah, so I guess there's probably a few communities around where maybe
So what?
these
So
kind of
what?
creeps would be.
The old people want to be cooked alive. That's how they
Well,
want to die.
if you have certain respiratory issues, living in a really dry place like Arizona is good for you. So that's why.
Mm.
Okay, so some viewers might find Chambers' hesitations and vacillations frustrating. Becky takes her own sweet time in possessing Sasha, and while there are many disturbing and even gory sequences, it takes a long... where's the gore? Is there like a murder mystery? Oh, yeah, because Becky's murder mystery. So there must be like a serial killer moving around in the plot that we're not talking about because we have to talk about the whiteness. It takes a long time for the plot to build up any real suspense. Even in the ending and the final confrontation with Becky. Wait, why is she confronting Becky and not the person who killed her ass? Or wait, did somebody kill her?
In the car crash or something.
I actually forget if somebody killed Becky or is there what is gory
I
about
don't
this?
think they actually said it in the beginning.
I'm trying to figure out where the horror is. This just sounds like a
Becky
weird
actually-
racial drama.
Becky died in a car crash, but apparently.
So wait, where's the horror?
The horror is that Becky is taking over the body of this.
Okay, so I don't know what the gory sequences are supposed to come from then. Sivan Alria Rose. That's a real black name, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it is.
Sivan Alria Rose. Again, this sounds like white yuppie shit.
Wait a minute. Isn't this a variant of the name Siobhan?
I don't know. It might be Siobhan, like how a Sade, the singer, it's spelled like Sade. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sinead O'Connor. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so she's mesmerizing. By turns, she is determined and vulnerable, terrified of herself and comfortable in her skin. The measured pace gives the show a chance to sketch its supporting characters, situating Sasha in a network of relationships whose strength is more affecting because of the way they creep up on viewers. Get Out opened the door to a whole new world of cringy ass racial horror.
Shitty films. Give me blaxploitation, please. At least it was entertainment.
Yeah, Jesus. This is just so horrible. These are people who romanticize like Jim Crow era shit and try to pretend like it's worse than ever instead of miles better
They
than that.
really do.
These people are so fucking jealous of back when there was shit worth protesting, like the Vietnam War and fucking segregation, that they just want to try to recreate it. And they're LARPers. Like, this is horrific, dude. I hate this.
Well, the last sentence, like a bleak landscape with a strong vision and a great deal of heart. Horror, fucking horror. I see what they did there. A great deal of heart. Get it. Because it transplanted heart. It's so
And
clever.
ever since the fucking 90s, you know, if a film or show is described as having heart, it's cringy shit like fucking Seventh Heaven. By the way, the guy who played the preacher in Seventh Heaven went to jail for CP.
Yep. Yeah. Commander Deckard was caught, diddling kids.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, dude. All that cringy shit, like Touched by an Angel and shit. Like, God, the worst parts of my childhood. Or TV from my childhood, I should say. I didn't watch any of this bullshit. I was busy watching, like, fucking Renegade and shit like that. And fucking MacGyver.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Boomer moment there.
Yeah,
I was gonna say that it's weird when I see people I recognize from Touched by an Angel. It's like, really? You still get work? Okay.
We should add Seven Heaven and these other shows as, they were also really fucking retarded.
Do you ever notice, do you ever see when people post those fucking memes of, 90s kid starter pack and you go, everything about this was wrong? I've come up with a theory that depending on if you raised your child watching Cartoon Network or Disney, you produced a radically different fucking child.
Absolutely, 100%.
Because all the shit the Disney kid is like, I played Digimon and I had a fucking Tamagotchi and I fucking had these colored pencils
Well, I had
and
a
shit.
Tamagotchi because I was like, what the fuck is this? Okay,
And
this
I'm
is
like,
boring.
what kind of sheltered helicopter parented kid were you? Because my starter pack includes like RoboCop and Terminator and fucking Rambo and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I kept trying to see RoboCop as a kid. It was frustrating.
Because
And
the
I eventually
crazy
thought,
thing
I'm
is,
like, oh, I love it.
especially if you were like a WB kid, didn't you notice that all the cartoons were based on rated R movies, like fucking Mortal Kombat?
And
The
the
fucking
RoboCop cartoon is
RoboCop had a
hilariously
cartoon.
bad. I love it.
Terminator had a cartoon. Highlander had a cartoon. Like all this shit was based on super violent shit. Yeah, they basically expected all the kids to be watching rated R.
I remember
movies.
Highlander the series.
Yeah, well, Highlander, I don't know if it was a rated R movie, but it was a violent movie about
I know
people
it
getting
was.
their heads chopped off.
I believe.
So-
Dude. All right, I forgot.
My 90s was way better than these faggots 90s. Like if you grew up watching Disney and you like masturbated to
Oh
Kim
my
Possible,
God,
like
Disney
fuck
Channel
your
was
whole life.
terrible after
Oof.
after I forget
Dude.
what year.
Dude,
I mean, you had to compete against fucking SWAT Cats, Toonami in its infancy. The first event shit that Toonami did was fucking mind blowing.
Yeah. And like
Oh,
even the
Intruder, oh my God.
cartoons were better. Like you had Courage the Cowardly Dog and Ed, Edd and Eddy and
You had
Dexter's
SWAT
Laboratory. Way
Cats.
better
Oh
shit.
my God.
Way better shit.
Hey, Boomer. I think we should add Gilmore Girls in there because let's be honest here, two bitches
Hey,
named
Tony
Lorelai,
Todd shows up again. He'd voiced Dark Cat and SWAT Cats.
two bitches called Lorelai. Yeah, that's memorable. Nah, man.
Yeah, so like it's very important to expose your children to edgy shit, or then they turn into millennials. Like, I mean, I feel like I would have been a hot
because that's
fucking
basically
mess.
what they are. They're neo boomers. They're not even millennials at this point.
Shit, man. Because I was watching Cartoon Networks when they had like Herculoids and the Centurions and shit on.
Fuck yeah, those reruns are.
Do you remember how fucking badass the Centurions were, man? Like, God, man, I miss that shit.
Power Extreme.
All right,
Fucking
Labs,
Christ.
that
Fucking toy shilling is great.
Labs, you were saying something?
Oh, I think we're probably kind
I
of.
think it's the end of the show rambles, that segment we were just
I
on. We
think-
can
Yeah,
kill
wait,
it
wait.
any time.
Anyways,
We need to wrap this
let's
bitch
not,
up.
let's not do like an all-nighter. So
Oh my God! I just realized Eva ripped off the fucking plug suits from Centurions. Now you can't unsee it either.
Yeah, right. Fucking Christ. But yeah, just don't let your kids watch Disney. It warps their minds. I mean, maybe the movies, but not the fucking channel. Don't.
yeah. Anyways, I think this is probably a good good point to wrap it up for today. The week wasn't that not much happened this week, so there aren't too many topics. So thanks to everyone who stayed with us and chose to watch us instead of Jim roasting David Shatrat.
Again.
And if you ever watched iCarly or The Life of Zach and Josh or Cody and
Oh
Josh or
my
whatever the
God.
fuck that shit was, just kill yourself immediately. It's already over.
Well,
Anyway.
I saw YouTube poop from made from iCarly clips. Does
That's
it
really
count?
the only thing that shit is useful for.
Yeah,
There
that's
was
pretty great.
Yeah.
No, I just always remember that Family Guy joke where it was like the voiceover was saying, "Yeah, just ask your daughter who that actress is, and then go to the bathroom with your laptop."
Oh, God. All right, we need to wrap this up.
Yeah, so thanks to everyone who stayed. Thanks to everyone who joined us. As always, stay problematic. See you next week with more of the same.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
See you.
2 meters.